The new normal uniform has a lot of us searching our closets and drawers for men's essentials, like soft knit polos, tees, joggers, and active shorts. Whatever men's basics you need, Mack Weldon has you covered with unmatched comfort and fit. Personally, we put in our order from Mack Weldon. I'm excited to get it because my friends who have got it say nothing but the best about it. Its comfort, versatility, style is good, and the shopping ease and selection is amazing. Mack Weldon promises comfort and a consistent fit with essentials like socks, shirts, hoodies, underwear, polos, or active shorts. From working out, going to work, or on a date, Mack Weldon is for everyday life. Their wide range of customized fabrics can keep up with you no matter what your day looks like. You can also join Weldon Blue, Mack Weldon's free loyalty program. Level 1 gets you free shipping for life, and once you reach level 2 by spending $200, you get 20% off every order for the next year. And if you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can keep and they'll still refund you, no questions asked. For 20% off your first order, visit MackWeldon.com/peasants and enter promo code PEASANTS. PEASANTS. That's MackWeldon.com/peasants. Promo code peasants for 20% off. Mack Weldon, reinventing men's basics.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 809.
Do it live!
And, I almost forgot about them, but we have Hannibal and Monty. I have this calendar, and I read the wrong date, and I was like, oh, shit, all we have is actually our Patreon guest. Blade. I think he's only Use Me Blade's twin brother, but he never got into drinking, so he looks way better.
Yeah.
I'm not the one in the filthy RV.
All right.
I bet your parents are more proud of you than him at this point.
I don't know, man. It's debatable.
He's got a clean RV.
People will
kombucha.
People will take that seriously. He's not really the brother of Only Use Me Blade, okay?
What
Just throwing that out there.
What does your RV look like? I'm curious. Are we looking at your RV behind you?
Yeah, it's that big.
No. But my uncle, no joke, lives in an RV next door. So.
Oh.
Okay.
It's
All
gross and semen stained, like Only Use Me Blades.
Is he actually your uncle, or does he make you call him uncle?
Oh, I don't know.
You ever notice that? How there's always like that guy who's probably banging your mom that hangs around, and he's like uncle, like Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave. He's not really your uncle.
Stop. It's making too much sense.
I'm learning more and more about your childhood every day, Billy.
I mean, nobody was banging my mom, but my friends' moms.
You position that as something that just happens to everybody.
I remember I had some friends that lived down the road, and they had like this Uncle Dave. I don't remember the guy's name, but I was pretty sure he was only there to like creep on the kids and bang their mom. And both the kids came out super weird. So I think something happened with Uncle. It's strange, man.
Strange. All right, so we've got a few things to talk about before we move on to the first segment. First of all, this episode, you guys that are catching it live, you're lucky because it won't be released. I put the 27th. I meant Thanksgiving Day, which is the 26th.
Yeah.
So watching the video on demand of this won't be available until Thanksgiving Day. We'll do a live premiere of it.
Everybody else watching this, Happy Turkey Day.
Yeah.
Wait. So we're not live as fuck right now?
We are live,
and we're also not live.
This video will be privated and then premiered on, it won't be premiered, but it'll be released.
Yeah, we're kicking it in the quantum realm right now.
Gotcha.
So just back at my old job, I premiered and privated a girl I worked with, and I had to talk to human resources for like a couple weeks after that.
Yeah, I told you about trying that shit. You're always trying weird shit like that.
First off, it wasn't weird at the time. She told me it was majestic when she saw it.
Okay.
Another thing we want to promote are the full color actual Maniac figures. There's a link in the description if you would like to get one. There's a limited supply, so get one now before they're all gone. We started off with 30 originally, and there's not many left, so if you want to get one, I would say act now. And the ones that were already purchased have already been shipped, so you get them that quickly.
Nice.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so check it out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
They were done really well.
Yeah.
It's the design
Just
was
getting some THC into me. How is everyone tonight?
Great.
Hannibal and Monty are fine, I trust. Illyria should be told she is a good little kitten, shouldn't she?
Yes, Illyria's a good kitten.
Good little kitten.
Illyria. Yeah. I think that's the name of a city somewhere. So these are cool. Yeah, the guy who designed the original ones that actually manufactured them, he designed this. It was just he was doing it as a volunteer basically, and it was a huge burden on him to make the original ones, and someone who actually had the resources to like pump these out in color contacted me. So I'm like, hey, you can do your talented design shit and not have to take on a second job that you're basically doing for free, and you can keep designing these for me, and I'll have this person manufacture them for me. So
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So now he feels more like an artist and not so much of a like factory worker for me, So yeah, check it out if you want to get one, and let me know. Tweet at me, a picture of you holding it or whatever, but don't insert it into any bodily orifices, any of them. None of them. They are not made for any of that.
We were just talking about this very subject. Don't put it in holes. Yes, that's not what it's intended for.
Yeah, that's not its intended use. And also the fact that we having this conversation the second time is pretty amazing.
Yeah, probably okay if you bring tongs.
It's not. It happens almost this conversation happens almost every time I mention the figures. It's just this time I cut someone off at the pass before they got to say it.
Yes. What are y'all doing, fans of DP? Why are you sticking actual maniacs in your ass?
They're just sticking little toys in their butt.
I only see certain people float the idea out there of it. I've seen no evidence that anyone's actually doing it.
I know people have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look.
Why are you inserting them in people's asses then?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I just know people who have.
Okay. I'm just checking.
Anecdotal Billy.
The Pimp Monk one's especially difficult to get out.
Yes.
The Pimp Monk one hasn't even been made yet.
Then what's in my ass, Ben? Tell me that.
I don't know what that is.
You might have actual Pimp Monk crawling up there.
Mm-hmm. Which is I mean, I don't know how you're still alive if that's the case. You fit all of Pimp Monk up in your ass. Yeah. He said he has a hernia that by itself weighs I think 30 pounds or something stupid like that.
That's not good.
So for you to
I suppose I've inherited it.
Yeah.
You have Pimp Monk as your hernia now.
He's got an umbilical hernia that protrudes out of his fucking belly button he said it looks like his stomach is giving birth to a cone head. Is what he said.
That's not cool.
Have you ever seen those umbilical hernias that people get right in their belly button?
No.
Okay, so you guys know what a hernia is, right? It's when your guts pop through your muscular wall, your parts of your intestines. I had 3 hernias, but you could hardly even see them. Like I got them taken care of early, but if you don't take care of an umbilical hernia, it'll get bigger and bigger. So like your belly button will basically like turn into like an orb, like coming out of your stomach.
No.
Something's
The
gonna.
iron sheik has a really bad one.
No.
Something's gonna jump
I'm
out of
looking
his belly and do a dance like at the end of Spaceballs.
Yeah. Why are you looking this up, Hannibal? Stop looking it up.
I'm looking it up now. Oh my God!
You
I
shouldn't have done that,
It's called It's called an umbilical hernia.
hernia. Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
could have lived
looking
a
at.
full life without knowing that.
It's called an umbilical hernia because it's in your like where your umbilical cord used to be.
Umbilical
and it'll
fridge?
pop out. It'll pop out like a turkey thermometer.
That's how you know it's done.
But instead of a turkey thermometer, it's your guts popping through your belly button hole.
That's really nice. Everybody who's watching this on Thanksgiving Day, Ben just ruined dinner.
I have when I lift weights, I have a hernia belt. It has like a plate on the front that like plugs up my belly button hole, and I strap it on like really tight, and I do that so it doesn't pop back out.
How do we? Why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we?
Because Blade said he had Pimp Monk in his ass.
Yep.
And we were trying to figure out what that meant.
I
and
like how this starts with something that should be more disturbing and disgusting than hernias, but for some reason that's where it ends. And we're like, how did we get here? We were just talking about Pimp Monk being in this guy's ass. That's all.
Blade, I don't want to hear any more about Pimp Monk in your ass.
All right, let's make a deal. I don't want to hear about the hernia.
Yeah.
Hernias fucking hurt, man.
No more hernia talk, no more Pimp Monk and people's ass talk.
You know what? When I had I had 3 hernias all at the same time, and there were 3 troll accounts in the chat called Ben's Hernia 1, Ben's Hernia 2, Ben's Hernia 3. And then when I got the surgery, it was like the ghost of Ben's Hernia. They changed their name to the ghost of Ben's Hernia. Anyway, here's the new segment.
He called me sir. It got me so fuming angry.
People are discriminating against wolves. Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
Bavaria was a region within the Roman Empire that includes many Baltic counties, most notably Greece. I also didn't hear Hannibal or Monty compliment Ilaria frown.
Oh God, hold on. We got another Streamlabs that I'll replay it here.
Ilaria was a region within the Roman Empire that includes many Baltic counties, most notably Greece. I also didn't hear Hannibal or Monty compliment Ilaria frown.
Illyria is very sad that you did not compliment that cat.
What compliment do we give the cat? No wet ass pussy comments, Monty.
Yeah.
Just
No, cats don't like
I
water.
I haven't seen the cat. Where's the cat? Show me the cat.
Illyria.
Illyria is a very handsome cat.
You know, before we went live in the Skype chat, before we all got in this call, Hannibal made a joke about how many Skype accounts Monty has, because Monty has a ton of Skype accounts. What was it that you said?
See, why are you encouraging him, Ben? Why are you encouraging him?
I said, okay, excuse me, Dad, calm down. What I said was, you see how he talks to me? That's why I'm not going to see this nigga for Thanksgiving. What I told him was, Monty has a Skype account for every white woman whose virginity he's stolen from them.
Stolen?
Not stolen. Not stolen. Not stolen.
Whoa.
Whoa. Coerced.
No.
Blessed.
Better.
No.
I want to remind. We need to remind everyone before we get into the segment here. This coming Friday, Actual Mania 14. Become a patron, $5 or more on Patreon to get in there. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be intense. It's the Survivor situation. 4 matches, 2 teams of 4 in each match, with the with the #1 contendership on the line, depending on the results of the main event match. Egghead's team, the Cringerweights, versus King Cobra's team, the heavyweights. You don't want to miss it. Check it out.
Current and former Cringerweight champions versus current and former heavyweight champions. Egghead wins. He gets a rematch for the title, the heavyweight title. If he loses, he falls into obscurity and we pick on him.
The Trump administration is allowing the Biden administration to start transitioning. And every time I say that, I'm like, what am I, like the word transitioning has come to mean something else now.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah.
Biden's transitioning now.
How can he be the leader of the military and not be allowed in?
Our
it?
first woman president is actually Joseph Biden.
Honestly,
I'm sorry, Jocelyn Biden.
That could be 100% real without a transition. Because if Biden passes, we do have our first woman president through Biden.
Right.
So it's like there's multiple ways.
I was just making a transition joke.
Caitlyn Jenner could be our next president.
All right. Why did it? All right.
Election day, and more than 2 weeks after the race was projected for President-elect Joe Biden, the Trump administration is allowing the official transition process to begin. Trump appointee Emily Murphy allowed the process to move forward Monday
Chris
evening
Farley's back.
after Michigan certified its vote. Murphy is
Never
the head of
mind.
the agency
That's
responsible
obviously
for
Louis
freeing
Anderson.
up government transition funds. On the heels of the news Tuesday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average crossed the 30,000 mark.
We were all freaking out about the XRP, which is this cryptocurrency that was blown up last night. And like in the last month, it went from like 25 cents a share up to like it was like hovering in the 50s and 60-cent range. And then last night it blew up and went up to like almost $1 and then immediately sank all the way back down to where it was before.
Well, not way back down.
No, not back down to the 20s, but it's like in the 60s or 70s right now, right?
Yeah, it's like 69, 70,
Yeah.
68, 70.
Oh, that's someone made a pretty penny at it being that high and sold. Or
Well, guess what
a
happened?
bunch of people did.
What happened was the Coinbase or whatever, whichever.
It did go down.
It went down
during the show. It did.
Yeah.
For the first time in the index's history, the market pushed higher this afternoon after Pennsylvania certified President-elect Biden's win in the state, finishing up 1.5% for a record high close. President Trump spoke to reporters briefly earlier, appearing to take credit for the milestone as his legal team
He's always making like the duck face, you know?
Yeah.
I can't wait till he's gone, man. I'm so tired of looking at him. He's such an embarrassment.
He's not going anywhere. Like, he might not be president anymore, but he's going to still be a part of the 24-hour news cycle until he dies. Like, he's going to be
chase that motherfucker off the White House lawn.
I don't necessarily agree. I feel like ultimately the news networks decide what's part of the 24-hour news cycle, and it really seems like even Fox News is tired of him. And that they want him to go away.
Here's the thing. Trump, close to half the country still voted for this motherfucker.
Sure.
If he does what we all think and know he's going to do when he leaves, start his own news show, news network, whatever the fuck it is.
That might happen for sure. That's more of a business thing.
We will be talking about this motherfucker for years to come.
I think a portion of the people that voted for him voted because the R next to his name, and then some people voted for him. Some people, he was like their gateway into political stuff, and those are the really most of those people who were like got into politics because of Trump. Those are the really wacky ones, the QAnon ones, that kind of stuff. I think some people, the party doesn't want his ass. Some people will stay with the party. Some people will go with him. I think he might cause a schism on the right that might make it so that we don't see Republicans winning at least a presidential election for a while. But we'll see.
Yeah. I can see that. It depends on what we do in the next 4 years. Like, it's all about what happens in the next 4 years.
I hope he goes. I hope he gets like Hollywood Squares level famous, and it goes back to that.
Yeah,
I would watch Hollywood Squares every fucking day if you made Donald Trump the center square. Okay. They ask him a question, he gets the shit wrong. Fake news, lying liberal media, and shit like that. Like, that'd be awesome.
Yes. Jan, you actually won. They're wrong. What I said was correct.
What if he gets some money together and puts together like a network like what Glenn Beck has. But
Like
he gets,
The Blaze?
Maybe he gets
Like
maybe
The
he gets
Blaze?
the Blaze. Maybe he gets Alex Jones and puts all these people who have been disenfranchised from mainstream onto the platform, getting all these views himself.
What did I tell you, Monty?
That's
Why do you
unheard
think-
of, yeah.
why do you
Or I mean,
think-
sorry, that's
why do
not
you think-
unheard of, is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
But why do you think Tucker Carlson and not Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham are licking his balls so hard right now?
Are they?
That might change. I mean, like, they're the only ones then, because not even Tucker will
Those
do it.
two. Tucker Carlson won't.
I mean,
that's why.
Eventually, they'll be told by the people at the top that they need to shut up about it. But maybe they would go over to like a Trump network, and they would make a lot of money over there because there's an audience for it.
There's a lot of
So,
people that Trump
I
is
see-
connected with that would pour money into it.
I think that's way more possible than Trump running for president again. I don't think the party he'll have to go through primaries again. They're not just going to hand him the nomination.
Well, I mean, why would he want to be president again?
I
when
agree.
When he could be the kingmaker.
I agree. That would be way better for him, and it's less work. I mean,
he could push Ivanka up there. She could be the first woman president.
I was thinking President Brett Michaels, but yeah, I guess
Ivanka's got. I mean, I don't know. That would be really weird. She's got good looks. She doesn't seem incredibly intelligent or presidential
I
to
think
me.
she is.
Of course you
easily more presidential than Donald Trump is.
At behaving like decorum, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So could like most people. I could be more presidential than Trump.
I think she has the most decorum in her entire family. Like, if I don't see Don Jr. or Eric being president.
We don't know about Barron. Barron's the quiet one.
Barron's probably like gonna have a badass Minecraft server when this is all done.
You think he's a little tism? You think he's a little tism?
I hope he's a sweet boy.
What
with
if he? What if he ends up playing pro basketball? Dude,
he was dunking.
Dude,
on
he's
her.
like 7 feet tall.
Him
You know,
and- he goes visit Kim Jong-un.
Okay, let's be real. Normally in the NBA, if there's a white guy on the team, he's the tallest person on the team, right?
True. He's one of the taller guys, and he's very good at shooting.
Well, like any team, normally in the NBA, if there's a white guy on the team that like starts, he's usually the tallest guy on the team, and a lot of the time he's from Eastern Europe. And where's Barron Trump's mom from?
Yeah.
Oh snap! Oh, yeah. Look, I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. Can you, off the top of your head, name who's the best American-born white player in the NBA right now?
Right now, I don't watch, so I couldn't name any names now.
Because Angela said Larry Bird. No, not from later, but from now. See, it's tough. It's tough to do. Like, there's lots of good white players in the league right now, but they're all from other countries.
Europe, and they're mostly from Eastern Europe.
Do we have an estimate? Do we have an estimate of how many people were affiliated with QAnon, like followers, believers? Because there were enough to get people elected under like QAnon candidates.
Well, I mean,
there's a lot of secret.
But that's assuming everyone who voted for him was QAnon.
Well, I definitely didn't say that.
Okay.
How many are QAnon? Like, you think there's millions?
I don't think they've polled that. They should start asking that in polling questions.
I wonder if the numbers out there, if we could see, because if Trump leaves the White House, strikes a deal, makes a network like a not just one network, but maybe signs on Russia Today, signs on Al Jazeera, signs on all these other
I don't know
companies.
if he'd sign on Al Jazeera.
I mean, he's pretty good with the Saudis, so maybe they'll fund it.
I mean, he's good with the Saudis. Okay,
North Korea money, like there's money he could pull from all over the world to make this a world network. And they could just have this huge propaganda machine.
Well, anyway, yeah, it looks like so Georgia's the last state to vote in the Senate, and there's two seats up for grabs, right?
Yeah. Is there a chance
so it would be
that
both
Dems could win?
You know what's so weird? If that did happen, it would be a tie in the Senate, And you know what happens?
The tie goes to the vice president. Right? Yeah.
So Kamala Harris could be the tie-breaking vote on any deadlock in the Senate.
But also, though, I think a lot of these Republicans, like we see that they might have the majority, but I think a lot of them might side with Biden on a lot of things, just to like push away from the Trump administration. Biden's so center, they might be willing to work with him. I could see a Romney. Like a Romney-style senator directly supporting Biden. He's not that far left.
I see people in the chat saying Slovenia, Eastern. You know what? You're right. You know what? In the U.S., a lot of times we'll just be like, oh, is it in the eastern side of Europe? And we'll be like, oh, Eastern Europe. But you're right. It's more like former Yugoslavia, like Balkan area over there. So, yeah, my bad. Fuck. Cool. I think, I don't know what's going to happen with this.
I do.
What do you think?
2021 is going to be worse than 2020.
You think? Why do you think?
Because we're not going to want to go outside in 2021.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know.
I don't follow your logic.
We were stuck inside 2020, 2021. We're going to be like, fuck outside. They're going to make us go back to work and stuff. And we're like, no, I don't want to stay home. I call in sick.
Work stopped?
For us privileged folk.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to sell tacos.
So here's...
I feel like if the Democrats need Georgia to win the Senate, they're not going to win the Senate. Like, people came out to vote again. Understand, people didn't vote for Joe Biden so much as they voted against Donald Trump. I don't think they're going to come out in those same droves to vote for Warnock and Kelly Warnock and John Ossoff, just because most people down ballot still voted Republican. Like, so a lot of people they still I think Perdue definitely was beating John Ossoff, and Warnock was beating Loeffler, but only by a little bit. You know, like a very small margin.
I doubt it'll happen. I'm just like, that would be hilarious if it was 50-50. Because essentially, essentially that gives the Senate to the Democrats because they have the presidency and the vice presidency with the tie-breaking vote. So
yeah, but you got that fucking Democratic senator in West Virginia that always really votes like Joe Manchin. Like he's technically a Democrat on paper, but on a lot of bipartisan issues, he almost always votes Republican. So like you would have to get like all the Democratic senators and Joe Manchin.
You'd think they'd boot his ass from the party. You know, they did that with Joe Lieberman. Like, Joe Lieberman endorsed George Bush for president like 4 years after he ran against him with Gore.
Yeah.
And Democrats were like, what the fuck? And he started kind of becoming more conservative. So they booted him out of the party and he just became an independent. But it did kind of bite them in the ass because he just ran as independent and won. And I think he was caucusing with Democrats or Republicans at that point.
Stacey Abrams in Georgia has been doing a lot to organize young voters to come out.
Yeah.
There might be a surprise come January 5th in Georgia. We might get those two blues, but it does. I'm not holding my breath. I think maybe people knowing Biden won, that there's going to be some blue representation in the White House. Maybe that'll get them to come out and vote blue to be team winner. I don't know. It's crazy they have this runoff election. How often do these happen?
They have special elections when they I don't know why they're having this one. But I wanted to show this other thing here about what they were saying on Newsmax about
Newsmax.
Yeah, Newsmax is the heavily conservative news network.
It's not like HBO Max, right?
Yeah. No, it's not like Skinamax either.
Newsmax has been my shit since the election because they are crying so hard and it's hilarious. It's like watching G-Man. So yes, let's watch.
You know,
Newsmax.
Trumpster Bob is like the white trash version of G-Man. It's really interesting.
He is.
But yeah, so this is some reporter on Newsmax. He's gonna make a bunch of claims that are totally false, and the craziest one is that they've created this office that doesn't exist, the office of the vice president of the president elect.
Yes.
Like they're saying, oh, they created this new office that never existed before just for Biden, the office of the president elect.
Let's get something straight. You have every right to be suspicious about an election that was suspicious as hell. You are not alone. You're not crazy.
Oh, God.
There are people who want you to feel crazy.
Benny.
You are not crazy.
This is the Benny report.
It's his name's Benny Johnson. It kind of sounds like a porn name from the 70s.
You can't trust anybody with the name Ben.
Exactly.
My middle name's Benjamin. My middle name's Benjamin.
A $1 trillion corporate media industry is telling you that you are nuts for asking questions, demanding that you move on, accept your new leader, and look away from that fraud meme, you racist Nazi.
That's a straw man. I don't think I'm not assuming anyone is racist at all that just refuses to accept the election. I just think they're delusional. I think they're a slave to their own bias. There are people that are so influenced by their own bias that they can't see reality when it's slapping them in the face.
Yeah.
They even created a fake office for Joe Biden. The office.
It's okay to like really feel passionate about it and be in denial at first, like because you put so much energy and effort into it. Like I get that, but it should pass relatively quick if you're a reasonable person.
Of the president-elect. Sounds nice, but it's fake. It's not real. For the record, there's no such thing as the office of the president-elect.
There is. It happened as soon as Donald Trump was elected 4 years ago.
How insecure. These people are about as confident as Brian Stelter on a Peloton. This is not the behavior of winners.
Wait, what?
I don't know Brian Seltzer?
He's
Brian
the
Setzer
chubby-
Orchestra?
Brian
chubby Jewish
Setzer.
dude.
That's a good guitar player.
He's the chubby Jewish dude on CNN, I think.
Oh, okay.
That Alex Jones hates.
Stelter on a Peloton. This is not the behavior of winners.
So that was a fat joke, basically.
Yeah.
Because he said on a Peloton. That's like one of those exercise bikes.
This is the behavior
On a
of
pangolin?
feeble, thin-skinned tyrants who can't wait to have control over your life again.
A pangolin. That caused coronavirus because Randy Marsh and Mickey Mouse went and had sex with it. With random animals.
The media no longer dictate reality, and it's driving them nuts, driving them insane. Here's a good rule to live by. When all of the corrupt people agree on the
Here's all of the corrupt people.
Jack Dorsey.
The CEO of Twitter, Nancy Pelosi, and Don Lemon, the three faces of terror.
Nancy Pelosi do kind of look like a gender-bent shredder
She's
in the middle
old,
picture.
dude. She is so old. You know what, though? I think she gave it up to Kennedy back in the day because there's a picture of them together,
Really?
and she's like 18, 19 years old in it.
Oh,
and they're looking at each other like, this is going down. And obviously she was way better looking then because she's way younger.
Maybe she had the Hillary ass.
I saw her on Bill Maher not too long ago, and for like an old lady, she was stacked. I was like, damn it. I was like, why are you stacked, Nancy Pelosi?
Let's see.
No wonder you're drunk all the time. You're out there fucking cougar style.
Here's the Pelosi Kennedy picture right there. Look at him. He's like, yep. This one's in the bag.
I feel like this is a completely innocent picture.
Yeah.
Look at the lust in that man's eyes. Look at the lust.
He's
This
just
is
smiling
projection.
and laughing. He's smiling and laughing.
This is tier 1 projection.
Mr. President.
This is, she's just, I mean, I'm sure they fucked, but this looks like an innocent photo. This is perfectly
Look at
innocent.
her eyes. Those are not innocent eyes, okay?
She's just happy to meet the president.
She's like,
she's
this is my road to Speaker of the House right here.
She knows she's going to have a career in politics, and she's meeting the president this young. She's so excited. Maybe this moment is what solidified that one day she'd be a fucking.
Well, there was a moment about 3 hours later that solidified it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
She's a young, passionate woman on the rise. She stared into the camera. She made eye
Everyone
contact
in the
with
chat
the camera.
sees the lust.
Disagree.
They see the lust.
Disagree.
In Jack Kennedy's eyes.
Keep the
He
gloves
was just
on.
being
Yeah,
a happy president.
That night, he was the shooter on the grassy knoll, if you know what I'm saying.
I disagree.
Ben, Zoe, give BENPAI some plunger points right now.
Thing, and they tell you to shut up and obey. It is your right to say no, your obligation. You are not wrong to get angry when you see corruption. It is your duty to distrust the dishonest
But what
and
happens
sad
when you
people
wrongly
who
seek
want-
out corruption in everything? Then we have a problem. If they're corrupt, and they are, deal with it. But the problem is you're putting it in some fucking boogeyman corruption that's probably there as a distraction to keep you away from the real corruption.
to run and ruin your lives. It is your birthright as Americans. Questioning the idiots in charge is why we have a country in the first place. So what is the track record of the present day idiots in charge? Have they done a single thing to earn the trust of the American people? Let's check the record. These are the same people who blocked you from seeing or sharing journalism from one of America's oldest and most respected news outlets. Because it hurts.
Lies.
They've admitted respected.
The New York Post is one of the oldest, most respected.
First off, just calling it respected journalism, and like calling New York Post respected journalism is amazing. That is a stretch. That's like Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. That's a stretch. That's fantastic.
It's the New York Post. Maybe it's not as respectable as some other posts, like the majority of Twitter posts, but it's still a respectable. Well, is it a tabloid? Is that the one that had Bat Boy on the cover?
No, that was a Weekly World News that had that.
Because they have the same cover
Hunter
font.
Biden's damning laptop for over a year. They have yet to do anything with it. Consider this. The FBI had proof of the Biden family corruption in Ukraine as Donald Trump was being impeached for saying the Biden family was corrupt in Ukraine. It'll drive you crazy. Your president was impeached for a phone call for literally nothing. No evidence, full acquittal. Nancy Pelosi
And it was a
handed
perfect
out
phone call.
pens to celebrate. What a ghoul. Remember that.
What a
It
ghoul.
was less than a year ago. This is a woman who breaks her own state's mask laws and forces businesses to open so that she can get a haircut. This is what
It is hypocritical.
Nancy Pelosi thinks of the law. This is how she treated the president's State of the Union
But here's
speech.
the hypocritical part, right? Like, the business wasn't open. It was they
reopened for her.
Yeah, they were handling her privately.
And I'm guessing the owners of that establishment probably are Republicans, and they released the surveillance video to make her look bad.
That's funny.
I think it is still hypocritical. She should have been wearing a mask there.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I just don't think that's the big gotcha moment. The big gotcha moment should be the day after the fucking George Floyd protests were blowing up. Her and the rest of the senators or whatever got together and they're fucking dashikis.
Yeah,
with their
I mean,
stupid
she's
pose.
out of touch. She's 80 years old. She should not be. She should not be third in line for the presidency. We need someone new to take her place. As
We need
Speaker of the
someone new
House.
to we need someone new to take all their places.
It's true. It's true. I mean, Kamala Harris is the only one that's like younger out of all, like most of these people at the top.
Isn't she 50?
Probably. I'm thinking so.
She still scares the shit out of me.
I mean, I think there were only 3 presidents under 50. Obama, Teddy Roosevelt, and Kennedy, I believe.
These are the clowns who demand that we return to civility and decency.
Maybe Clinton, too.
They are the same ones who called Kavanaugh a gang rapist. 16-year-old Nick Sandmann.
Oh, you know
a
what?
white
I was totally wrong on that.
supremacist. And the mobs who burned down our cities and murdered black police officers, peaceful protesters. These are not serious people. They are liars. They told you COVID would kill 2.5 million people in America, that the lockdowns would last only 15 days, that Bubba Wallace and Jussie Smollett were victims of hate crimes. They wailed.
What was the Bubba Wallace story?
I've never heard of that.
The Bubba Wallace story was they found a noose hanging from his garage, and but it come to find out it wasn't a noose that was strategically placed there because he was black, and somebody was like, fuck these niggas think they could drive. Like what it was it was just something that they used to pull the garage up and down.
Yeah.
But at the time they was like the FBI investigated and everything, and they was just like, nah, this wasn't done maliciously. This is like,
just a handle.
It's just a handle.
It's just here. Nobody's fucking with you.
Like these are all great points, right? But that doesn't make anything on the right any better. Like this is like 6 points where people have been pretty shitty. It was pretty shitty to push that little MAGA kid into some crazy fucking story because he was staring down the Native American man. When you look at the whole video, it's completely, these kids were probably little dickheads, but everybody was bringing the heat to them. So it's like, what are you supposed to do? These kids were just standing up for what they thought was right. Whether or not you think what they think is right. They weren't being violent. They weren't being disrespectful. They were being called all the names in the book by some black Hebrew Israelites. And then a Native American man came up in the middle of it and started drumming in the kid's face. And you got that photo of this old Native American man drumming, staring into this little kid with a MAGA hat's face. And the photo says like a thousand things.
There was way less context to that when everyone first saw what happened.
An embassy to Jerusalem because it would start World War III. The literal opposite is true. The Middle East has never been more peaceful, not in the modern era. For 4 years, everything they told you was a lie. The opposite is true. These people peddle in more unhinged conspiracy theories than a bum mumbling at a bus stop with a bag of newspapers. The only difference is that these bums own all the newspapers. They called Trump an illegitimate president for 4 years. They declared that Russian memes like
Trump called the president for 8 years prior an illegitimate president.
Yeah.
People always forget about that. I've heard people say like, oh, no one has questioned the legitimacy of a president more than Trump. And it's like, no, Trump questioned the legitimacy of Obama.
And Hillary stepped down quickly when Trump won. Obama had him in the White House the next day. They gave him everything he needed to transition into what effectively turned into everybody wearing masks while the streets are burning, fighting each other over what everybody believes is their right. Their right to not wear a mask. It fucking sucks that this year has came into the year where everybody's fighting to fucking breathe.
This one stole the election from Hillary Clinton in 2016. Now they lecture you about how there's no way an election can be stolen, ever. That there is no evidence of voter fraud. That Joe Biden
There's
got
no
more
evidence
votes
that voting actually helps either, okay? So
legally than any candidate in American history without campaigning. This is important. You have no obligation to believe them. Their credibility is nothing. These people are not trustworthy. They're as trustworthy as Jeffrey Epstein suicide notes written in Hillary Clinton's handwriting. You owe them nothing. Nothing. Your scorn and distrust is too good for you.
That was wonderful. Do we have a copy of Jeffrey Epstein's suicide note as well as Hillary Clinton's handwriting? Do we have a copy of those two that we can put side by side?
I tried to have them mailed here, but they got lost in the UPS mail. Yeah.
This is what
y'all need to. Is this on YouTube? Is the Benny Report on YouTube? Because I need to subscribe to this.
It's on Newsmax.
This is hilarious.
This is on Newsmax. Oh, by the way,
he's one of the Newsmax regulars.
I learned something new today based on an incorrect statement that I said earlier. There have been 10 presidents that were under 50. Or no, 9 under 50. James K. Polk, which is a president no one ever talks about.
He's just poking around.
James Garfield, which is people only are like, oh, that's the president that has the same name as the fat orange cat. This is kind of weird. Franklin Pierce. I wonder if Pierce County's named after him.
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Grover Cleveland, who is not from Ohio, but he has the last name, which makes you think he is.
And the first name of one of the beloved Muppets.
Yes, from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Then Obama. Then Ulysses S. Grant. Then Bill Clinton. Then Kennedy. And then Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt became the youngest president ever, but he wasn't elected as the youngest president. He took office because of the assassination of the person he was vice president for. So
Teddy was fighting bears and shit.
Teddy took a bullet during a speech and
He don't
finished
care.
the speech.
Yeah.
I guess he had the speech like folded up.
Was that Teddy?
Yes.
Okay.
He had the speech folded up in his pocket, and the bullet hit him square there, and like kind of cushioned the blow, so it didn't like pierce him far enough.
I wonder how
he
much
was notorious as the tough guy
I
president.
wonder how much of Teddy was kayfabe though.
Of course you wonder.
No. Because hear me out.
Wait, are you calling a bullet kayfabe, Billy?
It could
Seriously?
be. It could be. How easy would it be to set up a
tell me
fucking
more.
bullet, a bullet story that goes worldwide? Like we look at all the misinformation now with technology in like up to the minute. How easy it is to control the narrative back then. That his family controlled the fact that his other relative had polio in a wheelchair, and they hid that from the world.
That was a different president.
Yeah, that was FDR.
Yeah, that was quite a long time after that. There was no need to kayfabe Teddy Roosevelt being shot. There was nothing to gain.
It makes him sound like a badass.
No,
I mean he already was a badass. He was a general, a mounted general for the Rough Riders that fought in the war. I believe it was the Spanish-American War. So
But
yeah,
I will say,
I'm moving on.
Say, while I challenge him, Billy does make a good point.
No, he doesn't.
Like I know I bounce back and forth between you and Billy with this shit. I'm kind of with Billy on this one, Ben.
Okay, hold on. I want to move on from this, but I just want to point out, you think Billy's making a good point because you think that there was a conspiracy to make it look like Teddy Roosevelt Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay, all right, keep going.
You think that the point is that there was a conspiracy to make Teddy Roosevelt look tougher, so they orchestrated a fake shooting. I just want to make sure that's everyone's point. That's what you're saying.
Well, when you put it that way, I will stop saying no. I'll be like,
so what are you talking about then?
That could have the ring of truth.
Fake shootings happen in rap all the time. All right, you can't tell me they invented fake shootings for hip hop.
But Teddy Roosevelt didn't have bars like that, though, Billy.
Did he not? Did you know he ran with a bull moose party on his back? He was a bull moose.
We're not crazy for questioning.
Walk
and yes,
proudly,
there
you
are
carry a big
empirical
old
reasons
dick.
to be deeply suspicious of the outcome of this election.
I love that he just
President Trump received 73 million votes in this election. That's 10 million more than he received in 2016. It blows out Barack Obama's vote record. That's more legal votes than any president in history, except, of course, for Joe Biden, who barely left his basement and somehow surpassed Obama's record by a turnout of a staggering 9 million votes.
Barely
How did he
left
do
his
that?
basement.
What is especially suspicious?
Yeah,
is that
that's a weird talking point that they've been pushing for a while, and then they're like, "Well, how did he win? He didn't even campaign. He campaigned. He just didn't have these huge events with thousands of people."
Can we do the math really quick and see how many people died of COVID that went to Trump rallies that would have lived to vote for him if they
I don't know if
hadn't gone to his rally?
I don't know if there are numbers on that. I'd like to see it if there are.
if he would have stayed at home in his basement, would he have had an extra 8-9 million votes? People that died.
He did campaign events. They were just at like drive-in theaters and like in big parking lots and shit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But they're trying to play it down.
That would be a good thing. Calculate the number of people that would have voted for Trump that died of COVID to see how that would have affected the election.
I know when my roommates got COVID, they were able to trace the point of infection back, and the Department of Health followed everything through that. I wonder how many people the Department of Health can bring back to points of infection at a place like a MAGA rally.
Performed, not overperformed. According to pollster Richard Barris,
it would spread pretty easily at those rallies.
Compared to Hillary Clinton, Biden underperformed in every major metro area in the...
You know, fucking Herman Cain was a guy that Trump paraded around to be like, look, black people like me. And then he just died of COVID hanging out with him. It's crazy.
Country, except for these 4 cities, Milwaukee, Detroit, Atlanta, and Philadelphia. In those cities, Joe Biden received more votes than there were people, according to the pollsters.
What?
Nationwide,
Bullshit.
Democrats performed about as well as AOC on a Mensa application. The blue wave that pollsters...
Pause it for a second, BENPAI. In Georgia, like, before the election, they purged, like, I think over 100,000 people off the voter rolls. So people that voted in the Georgia primaries in June weren't eligible to vote in November because they had been purged from the rolls. So there were a lot of last-minute registrations that took place. I know this because I am one of those people. Me and my roommate, both black men. I'm not saying that it happened because we were black, but we both happened to be black men that lived in Atlanta that went to go early vote and found out that we were taken off of the voter registration. Now,
I strangely did not have that issue.
You see?
I want to not let that slip over as well, that this guy just down-talked AOC, said she was stupid.
Because she's on her way, and they want to start beating her down now.
What a little punk, dude.
Media boomed about for months looked more like a sad puddle. Democrats lost seats, and Republicans gained big time. Pelosi barely clings to her speakership today. Meanwhile...
Right, so this is how we know there wasn't election fraud, because if the Democrats were so good at election fraud, they would have just won everything.
That's the point that needs to be made. Is like, why just steal the presidency and not steal the Senate too?
Right.
Even our idiot governor, who can barely even speak the English language, will not side with Trump on this, and it's really pissing the guy off.
Yeah.
Trump won the largest non-white vote share in Republican presidential history for the last 60 years. Despite the massive increase in mail-in ballots this year, the rejection rate is shockingly low. Pennsylvania's rejection rate was 30 times lower than in 2016. That's statistically improbable, if not impossible. Dead people voted.
No, they didn't. No, they
No,
didn't.
they didn't. Stop saying that shit.
Here's the thing, and they always qualify it with the shit after. Like, what you're saying is these votes came in, and less of them were rejected. The votes that came in against your candidate, so you're calling it fraud. Sit all the way the fuck down. People came out to vote against them because guess what? They don't like your boy, bruh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're going to make the Sixth Sense 2, and it's going to be a little boy that sees dead people voting everywhere.
Yeah.
Voting out of state, multiple voting machines malfunctioning, people voting multiple times. Just listen to the details of this Trump lawsuit, just a single one in Nevada.
We are presenting today in our formal contest that there are north of 15,000 people who voted in Nevada and another state. We are presenting that people voted in people that had already done a change of address and left the state outside of the 30-day requirement. Their ballots were still cast. We are also presenting dead voters.
It's important that we see all of the evidence. But you're not crazy for asking for evidence.
Oh, bullshit.
And you're not crazy to think that this is not the way an election
Georgia said they're going to hand recount at Trump's request.
Right.
People have been recounting all over the fucking election. They're waiting for proof. They were on Fox News, Tucker Carlson saying, you have this proof? Let's see it. And now they're like, nah, Tucker, you're Pizzagate. You're part of the fucking problem.
Should look.
Yeah, they are.
on
They've totally turned on him.
Yeah.
Oh man, sometimes your biggest fans can easily turn into your biggest haters, and that's what that is.
Oh yeah.
Election night.
Oh yeah.
Look at these tabulations.
Because they didn't actually like Tucker. They liked how Tucker validated their beliefs. So now that he's not doing that, he's expendable.
Nobody actually liked Tucker.
Validated their beliefs with telling them things with random pauses at key moments where people are fucking you.
Yeah.
This breaks
And then he
mathematical and
would keep
statistical
talking.
laws.
You know, that's how Tucker
Finally, we get to Dominion voting systems. This voting system is about as trustworthy as Ilhan Omar's marriage certificates.
Oh,
Its
taking those
software is
shots
easily
at young
hackable. We know
Democrats.
this. Its machines can mark votes. The company employs Trump-hating Antifa members as security engineers who then go ahead and delete their profiles. Their voting systems are used in Venezuela.
There's the Venezuela thing.
They're counted off of American soil, if that tells you anything.
Yeah, look, and Hugo Chavez helped Brian Kemp steal the election from Donald Trump. Okay, I saw a lawyer on TV say that. So I know it must be
exactly. Not only are dead people voting, but dead dictators are assisting us in rigging the election too.
Man, it is insane. Like Hugo Chavez, when she said that shit, I was like, God damn, this is it. Like I thought Rudy Giuliani's face leaking was going to be the most impressive thing from this conference, and then she was like Hugo Chavez. I was like, wait, what?
Entrusted
The ghost of Hugo Chavez.
with counting our votes in America is not even American. It's Canadian. And the Canadian election.
Oh no, not that horrible Banana Republic, Canada.
Maple Republic.
Election Board had this to say about it. They're laughing at us. Elections in Canada does not use Dominion voting systems. We use paper ballots, counted by hand, in front of scrutinizers. And have
Well, first of all, the population, it's okay. Canada can still vote with paper ballots. Their population is insanely smaller than ours. It's easier.
Yeah.
Hand counting every paper ballot is, I mean, that would just take forever. When you think about how many people vote here, it's just crazy.
have never used voting machines or electronic tabulators to count votes in our 100-year history. Perhaps, after all this, the biggest insult is that all of Canada is laughing at us.
Ha ha.
All right, that's the end of that.
Sorry.
That's the thing he's most upset about is that Canadians are laughing at us.
Ha ha.
Why?
This guy is very much unlikable.
Yeah, I put him on the thumbnail with a tinfoil hat on.
It's kind of got that Karen cadence going on.
The Benny report is going to be my shit. Like, I can't wait. Benny, I'm going to be in your comment section.
Earlier when we were talking about this, I looked it up, and I wasn't aware of this, but they actually have Teddy's shirt that he got shot in. They have the speech with the bullet hole through it, and they have, I guess he had an eyeglass case in his pocket too.
Yeah.
So he had a couple things in his pocket that took the bullet first. So.
Too much evidence. Fake news.
Yep. Fake news. Fake news.
I mean, I'm not
It's all
saying
the
he didn't get
liberal
shot.
media. Liberal media trying to control you.
I'm not saying he didn't get shot. I'm just saying they knew where to shoot. He had a pocket full of fucking marbles ready to take that bullet, take that heat off him.
Here's a little bit more about Newsmax.
Where'd you get your news from? OAN, baby. OAN? There are a lot more
Is that Copper Cap?
than you. Even Fox News is crooked.
For the first time, Fox
Fox
News is
News is
facing
crooked.
real competition from the right.
Welcome to our new viewers.
If you're watching Newsmax TV,
Oh,
or One America
this is what you're listening to right now. This is Brian Seltzer. Or Seltzer.
Brian Setzer Orchestra?
Yeah.
you are hearing
Jump,
lies.
jump, jive, and wail.
President Trump is going to win a second term.
Trump won the election. He'll win the recount. He'll win in court.
Right now, Joe Biden is pretending to be the president.
I fucking know the people that for the last 2 weeks have been posting this kind of shit in our comment section is what you're watching this kind of shit, or you're watching Tim Pool or whatever.
Real clear politics. Yeah, OAN. Yeah, all this shit.
We were watching the honest, true news.
The true and honest news.
Elect.
Let me be clear.
Could you?
Those are conspiracy
Yeah, I've seen that guy before.
and baseless accusations.
This guy looks like he
So
sucks
Fox
farts
News
through a
has
straw.
traditionally been defined
Oh, yeah.
by
Yeah, he does.
the fact that it has a kind of newsy operation, and then it has a very strong sort of network-defining opinion operation.
We here at One America News are the only ones providing truthful, accurate numbers.
For OAN and News.
They're the only ones?
They're
I
the
find
only
that hard to
ones.
believe.
No, so look, the reason Fox News has been the leader in cable news for years is because for years they were the only conservative option for people that watch cable news. So it's like now you got Newsmax and OAN, and it's like, so now you're going to see those Fox News numbers drop because now they got somebody else to compete with. It's not so much that that there are more people watching conservative news, so much as all people that watch conservative news had to go to one outlet. Now they have options.
Yeah.
Now they have
Exactly.
stupid options.
Newsmax and the like, there is less of a concern with journalistic integrity, which means that there's actually less of a need to be pinned down by particular reported facts.
Now that Fox has joined the mainstream media in censoring factual reporting,
Anytime that there has been
All Fox had to do was actually report the election results and be, a somewhat credible source of news, and now they're all turning on them and basically, invalidating whatever they say at this
any
point.
daylight between Fox News and President Trump. That's where OAN and Newsmax see themselves as having kind of a competitive advantage.
The Fox News decision desk is calling Arizona.
When Fox News called Arizona and eventually the presidency for Biden, some viewers were not happy.
Fox News is going to tell you to sit on your couch and accept that this election was stolen from you like a good little,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that it was reported that Trump had watched Fox News all the time, like hours and hours and hours a day of it.
Yeah.
So why now? Oh, just because it tells you what you see, it's got to be a mental illness, because there's a serious mental issue going on with you when you only believe the news when it tells you what you want to hear. There's a problem there where like your favorite news channel one day is no longer your favorite news channel just because they told you some news you didn't want to hear. I don't get it.
They let them
If they don't play to your conspiracy theories, then it's censorship, of course.
Newsmax and OAN saw an opening, and they've capitalized on it with conspiracy.
Michelle Malkin.
Newsmax has not called the election for Joe Biden. Not because we support Donald Trump, because we support democracy. Every vote should count.
You support democracy by throwing away votes from areas that are mostly Democrat, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Count, Brian.
This alternative universe where the election is not.
It's a weird thing. It's like,
and then
it's
they
kind of
do
like
this thing where it's not racist. No, it was just all Democrats.
It blows my mind. It kind of reminds me of, like, have you ever seen videos of a cop like telling someone to stop resisting and they're not resisting, but they keep saying it and beating the shit out of the person? Like, why are you resisting? Stop resisting. Stop resisting. So this is that reminds me kind of how they're like, don't steal the election. Don't steal the election, while they're trying to steal the election. They're like accusing the other side of stealing the election while they're actively trying to steal it through courts.
Not over. Where Trump might still win is resonating. OAN's ratings are not publicly available, but Newsmax's ratings are, and the channel has seen real growth over the 3 weeks surrounding the 2020 election. Newsmax drew an audience of 63,000.
They're stealing Fox's audience now.
Viewers a day the week leading up to November 3rd. 2 weeks later, the average audience was more than 6 times that size.
All right. Yeah, I find it interesting.
The CEO,
go ahead.
I was going to say that the CEO of Newsmax actually did an interview recently with the New Yorker, and he said that Newsmax at its peak was getting 1 million viewers a minute on their channel, and I believe him. I absolutely believe him.
Yeah.
He also low-key said that, yeah, we know we're reporting this bullshit, but we make money, so whatever.
Hold on, that was the CEO of Newsmax?
Yeah, his name is Christopher Ruddy.
Yeah, they were
He
showing
was saying they get 1 million views per minute.
A million viewers. Hold on, let me.
Is it on their website?
It doesn't add up to me at all. That's a lie. That's as fake as the other fucking Newsmax reports.
Fake news.
There's not a million fucking.
This is what he said. He said, at the end of the day, it's great for the news. The news cycle is red hot, and Newsmax is getting 1 million people per minute, according to Nielsen, tuning into Newsmax.
Nielsen.
TV.
Okay, so they're talking about TV ratings there.
Per minute?
Yeah. But he's got to mean at any given point they have 1 million people watching, not 1 million new people coming in.
I'll give him that maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But what's news? What channel? Like, is Newsmax on cable?
It's on some carriers. I think it actually might be on Sling. So it's carried by a lot of cable providers and like satellite.
I'm going to Newsmax Nielsen ratings right now.
I was a Nielsen ratings person for a little while. They'd pay me like $100 a month to like fill out these surveys.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a Nielsen household, and we never got it. They weren't concerned about what a black guy and his grandmother in New Orleans thought about Roseanne. And if they would have asked me, I'd have told them that the show was fantastic. Becky #2 was sexy as shit.
Oh, you mean the one girl from Scrubs?
She is the girl from Scrubs.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like
Sarah Chalk. Newsmax beats CNBC and Fox Business in ratings, so that's pretty good. The million people per minute. If it's any minute of the episode, that makes sense. It's telling me here though that Newsmax is getting 193,000 viewers for their 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. spot, and 253,000 viewers for the 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. spot. So the numbers here within the last couple of weeks are not adding up to 1 million. Maybe this is old news, though. Maybe in the last 2 weeks they hit that 1 million mark. Could have. I guess it does say that here, yeah. So that's just, I'm thinking 1 million per minute. I'm thinking like YouTube views.
Yeah.
You just don't see that 1 million per minute on YouTube.
No, but on like cable network or like cable networks, you definitely could see that.
Yeah, but by 1 million per minute, it's not like every minute you get 1 million.
Right.
There's 1 million people that any minute of the episode will watch. So that's possible.
Yeah.
Right here,
Dodo What Ops in the chat says Newsmax is here in North Texas along with OAN and Blaze TV.
Shit. So Texas is where this shit's coming from.
Yep.
Yeah, like I've seen the Blaze TV on Vudu. I think that's the platform Vudu. Yeah.
There's also Pluto. There's also Pluto TV, and they run a lot of this stuff. I think they might have Newsmax on there too, and the Blaze.
Yeah, Newsmax is on Pluto.
Can we get Drunken Peasants on Vudu? Can we make that happen?
I don't think so. I don't know. I know we're on the Sirius XM app now, on the like the podcast section. I wish we could put the video version of the show on the podcast feed, like the iTunes feed and everything, but I don't think that's possible right now. Let's move on to the next.
We need to try to make that happen. We need to make that happen.
We'll move on to the next segment. Did we get any Streamlabs? Anything
we did
interesting?
Oh, here we go. Streamlabs.
We are the Robot Chicken MLP says, I can't believe being honest was all it took to cancel Fox News, and it's not even the whole network being honest.
Yeah, it's just some of them.
Allegas said Teddy R also was the trust buster, actually trying to help people. DJ Fix Soul gave that 666, says ha 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 ha. Jennifer Robbins says New York Attorney General has 67 indictments on Trump. That's interesting.
Jesus.
That's interesting. Keep an eye on that. Lord of Nurgle says Trumpster Bob got Glenderson boopered by DP.
Glenderson booper.
Carp Cozian gave us that big love again. Illyria is a good cat. I just want to say that one last time before we move on. Aligas, woo! I caught the show, and the shit show is here too. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, yes, we are. We're right here.
And then I don't know if we read this one yesterday, but Spirit Flame said love DP, whatever that means, and that catches us up.
All right.
Yeah. What does love DP mean? That sounds so random.
What
Who would
is
say
love?
something random like that?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Here we go.
Don't hurt me no more.
I should turn off the goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch
Are they
me.
gonna touch me,
They're
DP?
gonna touch
Antagonisms.
All right, so here's those guys that we were watching recently where the one guy is basically like the Kalo, like the MAGA Kalo.
MAGA Kalo.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like
Yeah, yeah. I put him in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
He wears these red suspenders and stuff. Here he is. Here's them trying to cope.
Okay.
This is some podcast I just recently was made aware of where the people are fucking pieces of shit. So here they are. It's called the Fundamental Thunder Podcast.
First off, well, there were
Oh, shit.
thousands. There were thousands.
Is that Pickle Boy?
Oh, actually, there were hundreds of thousands. Yes.
Wait,
there
wait,
were
wait,
hundreds
wait.
of thousands.
Pause for 1 second. Let's examine these three white dudes before we keep going. Why is that? Why are those picture frames in the shape of a cross? First,
because they're religious.
Yeah, this is like I believe the guy on the far left is like a minister.
Yeah, and I think they're all youth pasture fucking people with him.
And where the fuck did this guy figure out how to impersonate Pimp Monk while wearing a Make America Great Again visor hat?
Pimp MAGA?
And, there were just scuffles between Black Lives Matter.
Oh, he's totally straight, right?
And the Trump supporters. There were.
Wow, he's so
Pimp Monk.
he's so
Oh
lit-
shit! This is bizarre.
This guy's way more like this guy we know named Kalo than Pimp Monk. He's like he even sounds like him. He looks like him. It's crazy.
I think the chubby red suspender boy is the son of the older man here. They have a lot of the same mannerisms. This one just has a chunkier bod because his mom's probably fatter. So he's got big fat mom bod, and he wears stupid red suspenders because he can't go to belt around his gunt. So he has to keep his pants up with the fucking Chugs suspenders. His gunt.
Yes.
And there were several
I want
rants.
Pimp to watch this and cosplay this guy. That's all I'm saying.
It made it
Pimp
sound
cosplay.
like the Trump supporters were the ones that actually did the violence. Yep. It was the Democrats going and stabbing people. It was the Democrats going and smashing somebody in the back of the head.
Dude, he is Kalo. This is Kalo.
Smashing an old man in the back of the head on a street corner, videotaping it like World Star Hip Hop, and then laughing about it and kicking it while he's down. And then they're
White America.
Yeah, and the video before that, the guy was in there fucking fighting other people.
How can
and
you
he walked away thinking he was okay, running into a crowd fighting other people, and someone came up from behind him and stuck him in the back of the head after he was going assaulting other fucking people.
He was trying to sound loud and angry, but he just sounded like a bitch.
like a crying bitch,
yeah,
baby. I
the whole
think his
time.
big fat milk titties started lactating.
You're going to support child molesters. You're going to sexually assault your children.
Man,
and you're gonna do nothing about it.
This kid should be the one screaming about child
Yeah.
molesters because he looks like he's 12.
Yeah, maybe you should wait until you like finish puberty to start doing this podcasting stuff. I don't know.
Child molester. Everybody's a child molester.
Biden is a filthy, stinking pedophile who goes
my
and
God.
That's all they've got.
God damn.
I love that's like they think it actually works, and that's
It
like
does work on the stupid though.
right. It's performative. It's performative outrage. They think of like the worst possible thing someone can be and just call them that.
It's when the sheep start to lead the flock. These are fucking sheep, dude.
Yeah.
If he goes around
give me a wolf. I appreciate the sadistic sociopath wolves that will fucking get deep in your psyche and control you from the inside out. But when the sheep lead the sheep, fucking lemmings off the cliff, please. Follow him right off the fucking cliff. Goodbye.
Sniffs kids on camera? What's he doing behind closed doors?
Is that Eva Longoria in the upper right?
No, I don't think so.
It looks like her. I mean, it's blurry, but it kind of looks like her. Who is that?
I think she's somebody's wife. One of his.
Oh, I thought that was on the
constituents.
left.
I think they both were. Like, these are all like relatives of. I mean, like 100%. This is creepy. This is creepy fucking Biden. Classic
But
creeper
why-
Biden.
Why has the middle guy not said a word yet?
No, he did. Remember,
It is Eva-
it
it is Eva Longoria.
It is.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, here they are. She's wearing the same stuff. Yeah, right here. See.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right. I get it.
You know what? I'm not justifying any creepy, toxic Joe Biden behavior, but I get that one.
I wanna hear him spurg out a little here. This is insane. Who would want, even if you agree with him, who would the fuck would want to listen to this guy, his voice crack, and scream like a little bitch all this time?
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, folks. His own son is a filthy, dirty pedophile who's on photo and on video molesting his niece.
I like how he keeps looking back at his buddies for like validation, like yeah.
And the two of them,
see, he keeps like looking over at him.
are cuddling on stage to support that fake victory party.
Absolutely wicked. It is
Absolutely wicked.
Absolutely wicked.
Absolutely. You tell him, Reform, it's absolutely wicked.
Are you guys gonna help me build my Pinewood Derby car?
Look at this pasture son bitch. I'm not 100% sure that the two on the ends, the fat kid and the old dork, share the same gene pool. But I'm pretty sure with their stupid fucking their facial hair matches, their bad eyes, their beta. They're beta human beings, got into religion to feast on the other fucking sheep. They were just smart enough to know they could pick the critters off the other sheep's wool and feed. And this old fucking fart has to sit here and watch this young kid temper tantrum because that's his baby boy. And he realizes he raised a bitch.
Very, very wicked.
Oh, but there were gun arrests, and maybe some of those Trump supporters were arrested for carrying guns illegally in the streets of D.C. They want to take away your guns because they don't want you to defend yourselves against these demons!
God, his titties are just shaking all around.
There's absolutely no difference between this fat fucking chud and Trigglypuff.
I don't know who
Trigglypuff was the fat fucking girl that was getting like snowflake angered, triggered.
Oh, okay.
Triggered! There's no difference. It's a
Yeah, the only-
triggered little bitch.
People with guns in D.C. are criminals! Exactly.
I think they're competing for that twink in the middle, personally.
They want to go family style.
They're fighting for his affections.
He's like their
You got this.
wishbone. They're
Yeah.
gonna pull him apart if they have to.
Same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And you notice literally 2 election cycles in a row. How do they finish their campaigns? They bring up Lady Gaga, who is a Satanist, who goes to spirit cooking parties.
So?
That's just what we know about.
Oh, yeah.
So they bring in Lady Gaga, who's a literal...
What's a spirit cooking party? What is that?
I don't know.
Well, I think it's like soul food for white people.
Oh, okay. Pass.
It looks those suspenders like accentuate his bosom too.
His supple fucking
You guys
chesticles.
can't see it because our Patreon guest is covering it, but that's okay. You don't want to see it.
Yeah, we're not watching these chunk and titties you're talking about, Ben.
Yeah, they're like.
You gonna show us some of these jiggle tots?
No, they need to be censored. They might not be YouTube appropriate.
Satanists
Blade is saving
because
us
they
from
want
watching these
the gates of
juggly
hell
tits.
to
Yeah.
literally swallow this country.
Because they're
literally selling their souls to Satan.
Oh, they believe in Satan. Don't let them trick you out.
They believe
They believe in you believe in Satan too, you fucking dumb shit. It's a lot worse for you than it is for them.
Yeah, you're the ones that actually believe in Satan. I mean,
They've all sold their soul. They're sold out to Satan.
That's right.
They want to.
They're sold out. They're sold out to
all
Satan.
manners of evil, and they want to.
You're sold out to being uneducated. The only book you read is fucking stolen 1,500 years ago.
Green Eggs and Ham.
No, it's the Bible. It's a stolen fucking book.
Family on your children.
Right.
They want to pervert everything. They want to molest your children. They're going after animals.
They want to
They're
molest.
going after animals? Is that the next part? Bestiality? Are they gonna is that gonna be the next claim? Like,
Dude,
that was always the gay marriage argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next thing you know, people be marrying a dog.
Do you know how many people watch this though, and like word for word are drawn to this because they're
I know.
scared by fear. This is the type of shit that is evil. This is evil.
Laptop has shown the broad range, like all the wickedness is
Necrophilia will be the next thing that they talk about. They'll accuse people of like digging up grandma and banging her and stuff like that.
Don't say that, Ben. over my
That'll be
dead,
the next.
over my dead body, Ben.
Oh, you'll be next.
What's wrong with that?
They'll be going family style on you. Over your dead body, indeed.
unleashed through these people.
You don't want anybody ever going family style on you. Ever.
Why not?
Well, when he's dead.
They have
Not
positions
even
of
dead.
authority.
I don't
You
want family style. No.
If you're voting for them to have positions of authority, you're a wicked person too. These people should literally.
Hold on. They edited something he just said right there. I think he might have said they should be shot.
Okay, let's go back and watch the clip.
Yeah, let's see here. I wonder if they did that to like avoid it getting reported or something.
Positions of authority.
Look.
You're a wicked person too. These people should.
What do you say there?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think he said these people should be shot, and then they blanked it out.
Yeah. Wow. If that. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe he wants them to get shot in like the foot or the ass. Maybe he doesn't want them to get murdered.
Or even in Minecraft. He might want them shot in
Maybe
Minecraft.
he wants them to make a big speech and take their eyeglass case and put it in their pocket, and they could set up them getting shot.
Honestly, that's you're approaching dangerous territory there because that's a call to violence. That's not necessarily protected freedom of speech to do that.
No,
so
that is no, Ben, that's not protected freedom of speech. Calling to violence.
Yes.
It's just not necessarily. It's just not protected freedom of speech.
Right. Right.
For the
Yeah,
wicked
you don't
things
get
they have done, and you're voting for them to go
After a fair
Go-
jury trial.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
Oh, he's like, yeah, after a jury trial, though, don't just like walk up. See how he
After a fair jury trial, they should be executed.
He's trying to clean up the mess made by this little piece of shit here in the middle.
They're all pieces of shit.
Of course.
Of course.
These people want you to believe.
So like that was too much for even the other two. They were like, well, after a fair trial, they should be shot. We don't have firing squads, by the way. We don't put people on death row to death by shooting them.
Democrats want you to believe that they have the moral high ground, that they are the ones that are compassionate.
Are you sure? That kind of sounds like you.
That they're the ones that are protecting you when it's the exact opposite, folks. The exact opposite. You might as well be saying, these are not the droids you're looking for.
Good one,
Dad. Man. He's also a Star Wars fan.
Everybody's a Star Wars fan. These are the people who are like, The Last Jedi was a shitty movie. You ruined my Luke Skywalker. You ruined him.
Here's not only Alex Jones talking about the election, but his new twink manslave.
Ooh.
Boy slave.
Ooh.
You ready?
Is it Rave Dubin?
You know, I've watched your content for many years, and I know probably your listeners have as well.
Live
and I
from
remember
the
there was a
hotel.
time growing up for me.
Yeah, the hotel that they got together. Alex is whining and dining.
I love Nick Fuentes' mandates.
Yep.
Between Baked Alaska, Catboy, and now Big Daddy Alex.
Right. Well, this is kind of like what Milo was talking about on our show back in the day about how, you know, sometimes an older man will take in a younger man, teach him the ropes, you know.
A young man of Catholic origin.
Yes, yeah.
Jesus.
Let me show you ultimate male vitality, Nick.
When a lot of this information was
Put it
very
in your mouth.
esoteric and difficult to come by. If you wanted to learn about globalism, if you wanted to learn about the global takeover by corporations.
Alex Jones is drinking water to get rid of his hangover.
I like how he poured it in the cup and then drank out of the tiny cup.
You had to do some digging. You had to look at documents. You had to really dig in, and it wasn't all over the
You had
place.
to climb over fences at Bilderberg and get secret documents and steal them out of the trash can.
What? Exactly. Exactly.
Why doesn't he have more than one microphone? What the hell?
And now all you have to do is watch the Democratic National Convention.
It'd be crazy if Alex Jones gave Nick Fuentes COVID because they have to like get in each other's face and share a microphone.
And they say build back better. And you could look at Macron and Justin Trudeau and Boris Johnson, and they say build back better. And that's the same thing that Klaus Schwab and the World
That
Economic
means
Forum.
collapse the world economy in their words.
Spit in your
Bring
face.
in the end of carbon and save us by killing people.
Exactly. And they lay it out and they say it explicitly. It's in his book. It's called The Great Reset. They wrote a book about COVID. They talk about Build Back Better, and they describe exactly that. They say it on their website. You will own nothing. You will have nothing. You will have no freedom and no privacy, and you're going to like it. That's what they write in the.
How the hell does Justin Trudeau manage to get the perfect like salt and pepper pattern in his beard and mustache? Like, what the hell happened there? Like, why? How does he do that? Do you think he dyes it?
I think it just grows that way.
Like that?
It just grows that way.
Damn.
Better, and they describe exactly that. They say it on their website. You will own nothing. You will have nothing. You will have no freedom and no privacy, and you're going to like it. That's what they write in the World Economic Forum. And it's not like they're even trying to hide it. They say that's their objective, and now all the world's politicians in Europe, the United States, and Canada are echoing that in their slogans and in their game plan.
Okay. Or they're like, oh, they're globalists. They're globalists.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to be joined by Alex Jones. He's got here.
He's a Republican recently because of all their corruption and Black Lives Matter being communist and not liking the black family or any family. And
Wait, what?
Antifa
Wait,
big
they're
scum.
what? They're communists that don't like the black.
They don't even
family,
really
bro.
like black people.
No, they don't like the black family. They don't like the black family. They want to. Their point is that the Black Lives Matter wants to abort all babies, all black
Right.
babies.
That's why they support Planned Parenthood.
And they want to deplatform the patriarchal figure in black families.
We had
and leave single mothers.
We had Doug TeNapel, the creator of Earthworm Jim, on here one time, and he made that claim that like the left is using Planned Parenthood to lower the population of black people in America.
Yeah, the Planned Parenthood Holocaust.
Right, basically.
How's that working out?
The population of black people in America rises every year. So I don't think they're doing a very good job at it.
Score
if
one
that's what
for
they're
the
trying
good
to
guys.
I was really impressed by him. A very gentlemanly, very smart guy. The second best speech, I think, it really goes between him and Nick Fuentes. But it's not about who gave the best speech. It's about the truth and the justice and the freedom. And you're absolutely right. We have forced their corruption out in the open. And I don't feel depression. I don't feel fear of the New World Order. I feel a terrible, dreadful purpose of every cell in my body demanding we resist these people and say no to their GMO takeover, their 5G, their world government, the top epidemiologists,
Can we stop at 5G for a second? What's the fucking problem with 5G?
There's no
I'm
problem
on the
with
5G
it.
network right now.
There's no
It's doing
problem
great for
with
me.
it. They're looking for something to link to a new conspiracy.
The problem, Monty, is that you're coming from a place of 5G privilege. You have 5G. I don't. So you're privileged, and you need to respect that some of us don't have 5G yet. That's the problem with 5G.
It's fucking great. Like, my Pokemon walks have been fucking great. Like,
wow.
I don't freeze up in the same places
Was
I
that
used
a
to freeze
flex?
up.
He's flexing.
Was that a flex?
Did you catch something good?
No, I haven't caught anything super good yet.
That's Pokemon these days.
on viruses in Canada says it's a giant, overblown hoax, just a regular cold or flu that Bill Gates again owns, so he can say everybody's guilty, and that's going to cause a planet.
Who's in the background?
Who's in the background?
Is that Catboy?
Dude,
is Catboy in their hotel?
Can we rewind just a little bit to see this enter?
I think that's a mirror. I think they're in a mirror around the corner there. You know how most hotels have the exact same floor plan. They're like around that corner there's probably like a wet bar and then there's a bathroom.
Yeah, we're gonna have to rewind this to get the full image. Is it
someone in a tank top, right?
Is it a tank top or is it a leather coat?
I don't know.
I feel like there's a leather coat there.
Someone, let's see here.
A black guy, he's awesome, and he laid it out
a leather coat.
Slick and so truthful and so good. How there's total election fraud.
Man. It might be Alex Jones' son.
Now he switched from a Democrat to a Republican recently.
I know Alex Jones' son is like an internet.
Rex Jones.
Is that
his
Rex?
name? I think his name might be.
I know he's connected to like a lot of the people on the internet, the IRL community and stuff.
Yeah,
he was like getting Sam and Andy in after Sam and Andy took a shit in front of Nancy Pelosi's house.
And Black
Lives
Lives
we really like that. We want to have you on the show.
Matter being communist and not liking the black family or any family, and Antifa being scum. I was
You
really
are
impressed.
making shit up, Alex Jones. You just making shit up.
That's his shtick.
So he makes money.
That's the entire. Literally, it's both sides. Make shit.
That's why my dad's brain force arrives on time with his fluoride-free toothpaste every month.
What do you mean both sides? Who's the Alex Jones of the other side that makes shit up to this much of a degree?
I should be.
It's a serious
there's an open. You're telling me right now there's an opening on the left.
I'm saying it's not both sides. There's no one this far out of it that has the same status that Alex Jones has on the other side.
I wasn't putting it singularly on one person's shoulders, but you see both sides are quick to try and push agendas that end up not panning out, like the Jussie Smollett thing, the Bubba what was the guy's name? Bubba Jones.
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace. The MAGA hat kid. You consistently see both sides putting shit out that is. It's weak, and it makes them look weak when somebody on the other side sees how little work was put into their point, how easily their point can be questioned and destroyed. Then that puts the doubt in the mind of the viewer. And you're like, well, if they're lying about this, if they fucked up about this, they would acknowledge this. What else are they lying about? And that's where you're able to breed the mistrust, the disinformation.
I don't see the kind of almost supernatural conspiracy theories that Alex Jones peddles on the other side. I don't see an equivalent to them. Even the propaganda that's completely biased at least seems to still have a basis in reality. We're not talking about Clockwork Elves and people turning the frogs gay and 5G and all of this kind of stuff. I don't see it going that far on the left.
We could always be those guys. We could be the Alex Jones of the left. I don't even know what that would look like.
I literally just said that when Ben asked who the Alex Jones of the left was. I was like, fuck, that should be me.
Yeah.
That should be my new gig.
Yeah. Look, listen. Me and Monty will produce it. I'll do the theme song. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do it.
There you go. There you go.
Yes. Excellent.
I feel like if Alex Jones punched Nick Jones with all his might, he might kill him.
Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nick Fuentes. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I feel like if Alex Jones punched Nick Fuentes with all his force, I think he might kill him.
On Nick Fuentes' Twitter, on Nick Fuentes' Twitter profile, which I am blocked from, he puts in there that he's.
What'd you do, Ben?
What'd you do, Ben? He put in there that he's Afro-Hispanic.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Nigga, where?
I mean, he's probably Hispanic because his last name's Fuentes. Yeah. If it's Afro-Hispanic, it's like, what, less than 10% is African?
No. Look, Nick Fuentes, bruh, I'm looking at you right now. You ain't Afro shit.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, it's funny that he says that, you know, being a white nationalist and everything. It's kind of interesting.
No.
Do you think maybe he has some Italian in him?
That wouldn't be Afro-Hispanic. Now he also you asked what I did to get him to block me. We just made a tweet about Catboy, about his date with the Catboy. I don't know if we ever showed that to you guys, but
No, I haven't seen that.
he went on a date with this like super racist guy from Australia who is also like kind of feminine.
Yeah, in the video, all they did was like go out to eat together,
Yeah.
go shopping, drive in the car, talking about boys. Like the real gross, nasty shit was paywalled on their OnlyFans.
Very gentlemanly, very smart guy. The second best speech, I think, it really goes between him and Nick Fuentes. But it's not about who gave the best speech. It's about the truth and the justice and the freedom. And you're absolutely right. We have forced their corruption out in the open. And I don't feel depression. I don't feel fear of the New World Order. I feel a terrible, dreadful purpose of every cell in my body demanding we resist these people and say no to their GMO takeover, their 5G, their world government. The top epidemiologist, top expert on viruses in Canada says it's a giant, overblown hoax. Just a
I
regular
love Alex Jones appealing to things in Canada, I don't know. It's hilarious.
Older flu that Bill Gates again owns, so he can say everybody's guilty, and that's going to cause a planetary depression, which it already is. This is Nuremberg trial stuff. This is the globalists admitting it's a war, a weapon, and people finally get, I wasn't just making this up. So I want to go to Nick Fuentes here, sharing the mic, and have you kind of recap your speech where you laid out the real betrayal here and what this has shown us, and what
is that person holding in their hand?
I think it's the ice bucket
for the wine, to like put a bottle of wine in.
Yeah, or to like chill the dildo so that it numbs when it enters.
the Marco Rubios of the world are doing and where we need to go next. Whether Trump can defeat this fraud or whether we can defeat it. The battle's now. And every day he doesn't concede to their fraud, they get more panicked with this new hoax failing. But at a sick level, if they're able to even put that corpse in, it's going to cause an awakening of galactic proportions. So Nick Fuentes of the Groypers here in Atlanta, Georgia, doing an amazing job. Please repeat what you said at that speech.
Yes, well, thank you so much. It's great to be with you, Alex. We're truly the man of the hour and the man of the moment, I think.
Now we can kind of see the face of the person. It's out of focus, but I don't know. I
What
don't
do
know
you
what the
mean
fuck
Alex
they're doing.
Jones is 46 years old?
He's not that old. He looks older than he is. He's not that old. Like in his early days, he was pretty young.
No, I remember him in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
That's because he's not drinking tap water. Because it's a gay bomb, baby.
Bring this.
Does this look like his son back there?
No. The hair color looks lighter to me,
Well,
but
he
it
could have his hair not brushed back. It could be up or something.
I don't know. The face looks like longer, and it looks like the sides of his head are shaved. I'm not sure who that is. It's so blurry.
ISIS. And to reiterate what I said in the state capitol, what's really important to focus on right now is our war, in my opinion, against the Republican establishment. And the reason for this is because we understand the threat that is posed by China, Joe Biden. We understand the threat posed by the World Economic.
It's that ghost from 3 Men and a Baby making a reappearance.
Shit.
Economic Forum and the Democrats. We knew they would rig the election. We knew exactly how they would rig the election. Me and Alex have been talking about this for months, that they would use the mail-in ballots to rig the election in the swing states using the big city political machines to swing it in favor of Joe Biden.
Or you anticipated that they would get more votes because when more people have the opportunity to vote, they tend to, especially in big cities, tend to vote Democrat instead of Republican. It's like you saw the loss coming and you tried to get ahead of it ahead of time.
The candidate told people not to use mail-in voting for months.
Yeah.
Why are you surprised?
It's called the Red Mirage. What we did not count on, or what many people are not aware of, is that within our own Republican Party, within the Republican establishment, there are elements that are working to sabotage President Trump and the will of the American people. We saw the fraud on election night. There's no question that it occurred. We all saw.
What fraud did we solve? How did we solve
Well,
the fraud?
don't you remember all the states were red, and then we woke up the next morning and they were blue? Fraud.
Right. They should have stopped counting when they were all red.
Yeah, they should have stopped counting in the red states and kept counting in the blue states.
It's like the third quarter just ended and my team's ahead, and I'm like, we win now. Stop playing the football game. Stop the football game now.
Yeah, no, that's called that's actually called a quartering. Is when you take a quarter off of the game
The
to
quartering?
win. Yeah, it's the quartering. That's what they call. That's where the term quarterback comes from. Because they're like the quarterback comes in. Hey, we're gonna need this quarterback or else we lose. And so they give him the quarterback. It's the quartering.
At 4 a.m. in the dead of night after everybody went to sleep.
There he is.
Hey guys.
After all
I got the ice bucket for the chill dough.
Oh,
So it's like a brown leather jacket. The guy, blondish hair.
He has a mustachio too, I
Watchers
believe.
went home after all the vote counters went home.
on the bed.
Yeah, now he's.
We saw them inject.
Now he's right
Hey
there.
guys,
Oh, I
brought
think
the
he's bringing
chill
Alex.
dough.
I think he's bringing Alex an adult beverage.
Brought the chill dough bucket
169,000
for
ballots
you,
in Milwaukee,
Ali.
flipping
He's a
Wisconsin.
proud boy.
We saw 250,000 ballots come
Did
in.
he just get a pour into his cup?
The same way.
Look at him.
In Detroit, flipping Michigan. We saw it in Georgia over the course of a week. We saw it in Pennsylvania over the course of a week.
I think he's like Alex's bartender, basically.
We know that it happened.
That's
Marco
Alex's
Rubio
baby
knows
butt
that it happened,
slut.
and he said nothing. In fact, he said that if the president doesn't concede, this is somehow an affront to democracy. Mitch McConnell has said nothing. Nikki Haley has said nothing. Dan Crenshaw, Madison Cawthorn, all the people hailed as the future of the GOP have remained silent. Well, people like myself and Alex and patriots like you coming out to the state capitals have been doing all the work and fighting for this. So we have to take the fight to them no matter what happens with President Trump.
Yo, real quick, BENPAI.
Yeah.
So the other night when Brian Kemp had to certify that Georgia, that after the recount, that he had to certify that Joe Biden did win Georgia, there were literally Trump supporters that protested outside the governor's mansion here in Buckhead. Like, the shit was crazy. And these motherfuckers was out there with their big-ass flags, walking around with AR-15s. Bro, there was so much. It was like FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, Secret Service, APD. It was so many cops out there. And it was like a bunch of people out there that was like, stop the steal, recount the votes, all walking around with these fucking gigantic rifles on the side of it. Shit was insane.
Coughing on each other, eating each other's asses.
Shit was wild. They protest the night that Brian Kemp certified Georgia for Joe Biden. They protested outside the governor's mansion. This shit was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're very. There's a lot of people who very seriously believe that the election was stolen.
Yeah.
From Donald J. Trump.
Half of the people believe this.
I mean,
well, it's not half. I've talked that night. I talked to some Trump supporters.
Yeah,
some
I
people
don't
that
think.
voted for Trump.
I don't think everyone
like,
that voted for Trump thinks this. I think there's a good amount of them, but I don't think it's all of them.
Okay.
It's more than you think. A lot of them are in the closet. It's a scary thing.
Look, I'd hope not, but I've made my approach as half of them believe that this is fake. So I'm gonna be better, and I'm gonna talk to those people. We're gonna be friends. We're gonna be
Some
good.
of us are waiting till our moment to come out in the sunlight and admit that Donald Trump was robbed and Pizzagate was real and QAnon never dies. Everybody says QAnon disappeared after Trump projectedly lost the election. We didn't disappear. We got our fucking Snuggies and we got our hot cocoa because we know this is the rest. This is the calm before the storm.
My dad is still yet to rip the giant QAnon sticker off the back of his SUV. So,
you know what you should do? You should go get an LGBT sticker and put it by the QAnon stickers as LGBT.
Way ahead of you.
Way ahead of you. Do it. That's what everybody should do with their Q stickers on their fucking cars.
Listen, Blade. I don't know you, sir. I would not advise you do that to your dad's truck. All right, I feel like that won't go over well. You know what I'm saying? It would be hilarious. It would be. It's like somebody asking for cranberry juice, but you give them beet juice instead. Like, it's hilarious.
Got him.
It's fucked up. But
I would absolutely do it. I would absolutely. But he's so serious. He's such a serious LARPer about it. Like, we go to restaurants and he starts trying to talk to the waiters and waitresses like you know, Trump stole, or you know, this election was stolen. I'm like, motherfucker, they're trying to bring you your chips and dip. Quit it.
Oh man. Oh man.
This
See,
election
man,
was
look,
stolen.
now that I know you in Atlanta, we gotta hang out, bro. We gotta
it's like,
fucking.
would you like more Pico? No, they stole this election. Why would I want Pico at a time like this?
Yeah.
I can't take him anywhere. I can't. I love him. I love him. He's my dad. But holy shit.
I have an idea. Can we get your dad on as a guest?
Oh my god. Oh, you know, he probably would. Look, man, I was raised.
Can we be on with him? Can we be on with him?
Absolutely. I was raised with this. I mean, on Alex Jones, conspiracy theory nut. Like, I grew up listening to Coast to Coast, being told that everything on there was absolutely unrefutable and legitimate. So I have such a hard time picking out reality now from fantasy.
Yeah, I was raised on Coast to Coast as well, but it was Coast to Coast with Art Bell. I don't know. Did you get any of the Art Bell years?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got a lot of the Art Bell before George Norrie hopped over.
What is Coast to Coast?
Coast to Coast was like conspiracy radio, okay? And Art Bell would go on, and he wasn't very political. I think near the end he kind of got more political, but his conspiracy shit was always about like time travelers, or like there was this one story called Mel's Hole, and it was about a giant
Mel's Hole. It was my favorite, man.
Yeah, it was about a giant hole here in Washington State that supposedly this guy was throwing garbage in for years and could never hear it drop. And he dropped a line of twine, like 10,000 feet line of twine, couldn't hit the bottom of the fucking hole. And then the government came and shut it down one day. And if you went to the aerial view of like, not Google Earth, but whatever the big thing was around then that was like Google Earth, if you went to the aerial view of the area, there was a black dot above where the hole was supposed to be, like a black square. So like you're like, whoa, the government came and hid this. They hid this.
I sincerely miss when shit like that was at least some and in some way plausible before the internet came along to sadly debunk everything. But I miss LARPing as a kid about like Mel's Hole.
Yeah, my dad was one of those people that was trying to go to outer space on the Hale-Bopp comet. He was so close to just killing himself and chasing the tail of Hale-Bopp comet into outer space. I'm so glad he didn't.
I've never heard of Coast to Coast before. I feel like I'm missing out on life.
Coast to Coast.
You are, man. You are. I think it's still technically going, although it's not special. But back in the Art Bell days, it was a really incredible thing. Oh yeah, man, you're missing out.
Yeah.
All right, listen. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm here for it. Okay.
Drink the Kool-Aid. It's some really fun Kool-Aid, man.
Just don't drink the Kool-Aid they offer you. It might have cyanide in it.
Everyone watching right now, please like the stream. We're gonna get into some more stuff here. Liking the stream really helps.
Make your own.
It's
Kool-Aid.
free to do. That's all you have to do. Also, I want
nothing to like.
Yes, liking is free.
And look, yeah. Also, I want to say this real quick, Ben.
Sure.
Because we say this on our show all the time, and this is the same like button, people. Keep that in mind. Hannibal and I are in constant communication with this like button, and she wants you to get up in there, like touch her, like do some stuff. It's consensual. Like,
consensually massage that like button. I like to lick the tip of my finger first, and then right there.
Yeah.
Click the like button.
Get in there. Hit it.
Hey
There you go.
guys.
That's all I want to say.
Oh, no
That's all I
problem.
want.
So coming up,
I like buns of mail.
Our next episode coming up this Saturday, we're actually going to be doing something very different than what we normally do on this channel. We're going to be watching the return of Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr.
Shit. Okay.
Now, we will be watching it. The people watching us on YouTube will be watching us react to it. Like, everyone here in the call, it's like having friends over to watch the fight. So, like, all of our friends we invite to watch with us within the call, we'll all see it. But the people here on YouTube, they won't see the fight. They'll just watch our reaction to it. I think it's going to be pretty insane to watch old men.
You know they can't knock each other out. There's a no knockout rule.
No.
What happens if you knock the other guy out? Do you lose?
Let's see
I
the
don't know.
rules. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, look, I was all for watching this fight until I heard they couldn't knock each other out.
Here it says Hannibal is wrong.
Yeah.
The old men can knock themselves out. Don't listen to Hannibal.
Is that what it says?
I don't know. It
Hold
doesn't
up.
actually say that. I'm hoping it says that. I'm looking for where.
Two monumental names synonymous with the sport boxing will go at. Let's see. Go for another. Commission has deemed sparring. Okay.
Oh, it's a spar. So they
in hopes that neither fighter. I don't think they
can't go for the knockout.
Someone can get knocked
it's
out.
Spar, but yeah, the guys are talking about treating it like a legitimate.
I'm
fight.
pretty much sure Tyson has said he's going for the knockout.
Yeah, and I've knocked people out multiple times without them even being awake. So you don't have to. It doesn't have to be a fight.
They do not like the strength to knock each other out. That Tyson could absolutely knock somebody out right now.
Yeah.
He could. I've seen him. His training videos show he has some speed. It's not Mike Tyson, in 1986, 1987, but he's not a normal 50-year-old man. He just genetically has high muscle mass naturally. They had him fighting 17 and 18-year-olds when he was like 13. He was 180 pounds of like solid muscle at 13 years old.
You had my attention. Now you have my penis.
I do.
No.
Do we get a little bit of a... Okay, so Mike Tyson, 5'10", 50 wins, 6 losses, 44 of the wins by KO. And then Roy Jones Jr., more fights, 66 wins, 9 losses, 47 by KO. 1 inch taller. I wish I had their reach. I wonder who has a longer reach, because that matters a lot.
Do you remember when Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior had a rematch in WCW?
Yeah, it's known as one of the worst wrestling
they
matches
brought
ever.
in all these props to distract from the
paper.
fact they couldn't do wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
What if Mike Tyson comes in, Roy Jones Jr. comes in, they're old. Mike Tyson comes in with like a fucking fork and a knife and just cuts off Roy Jones' ear hella slowly and eats it. Like they go for full theatrics because they don't have the gas to fight anymore.
They do.
I know. I just want to see him eat that ear.
It says Mike Tyson's reach is 71 inches. Let's see what they got for Roy Jones.
Yeah, they're both former champions. Tyson was the youngest.
Roy Jones is 74-inch reach.
Okay. Man, it's going to be good. Everyone thinks Tyson's going to win. I wouldn't be. All it takes is a couple solid shots, and anyone could win this. But I bet you the Vegas odds have Tyson as the favorite. But I've placed a couple small bets on boxing matches and UFC, and bet for the underdog and have won more than a few times, because all it takes is someone getting lucky and someone getting careless, So
I feel like you have a better chance of that happening in MMA than you do in boxing.
You do.
This boxing match is going to be different, but I feel like in MMA there's more room for parity than there is in professional boxing.
I don't see anything that indicates that there can't be a knockout. They're just like hoping it. These two guys have big egos, and I don't know if it could be just them trying to hype the fight, but there's been some words exchanged. I don't know. I don't think Tyson's a very good actor, so I think he's when he's mad about something, he just shows it. You know, I don't know. I remember back in the day, Tyson was fighting some guy. I can't remember his name right now, but they ran into each other. Like, they didn't like each other for real, and they ran into each other out in public, and Tyson punched him and, like, shattered his hand, and they had to postpone the fight that they were having.
Yep.
I can't remember who it was. And the dude's face was just destroyed. Like, the guy had, like, the biggest, puffiest, like, broken face after it because Tyson hit him bare-fisted. Let's see.
I'm looking on talksport.com. I agree. Cookie settings says commissioner director says no judges, no winner, no knockout.
This is the guy who got hit in the face when Tyson broke his hand.
Mitch Green?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, he got fucked up. He took a bare knuckle shot from Mike Tyson in his prime in a street
he can't
fight.
see purple no more.
Is that what the movie The Color Purple's about?
Dude, it's so crazy how much bigger pro boxers are now too. Like, when you look at Tyson Fury, who, by the way, was his name, with that name, he was like just destined to be a pro boxer, and that's his real, like, his birth name, Tyson Fury. I was watching Tyson Fury hit a heavy bag. It was some video, like, on Twitter. He was training, hitting a heavy bag, and he hit it so hard, it fucking, like, the ceiling collapsed on top of him. Because he hit it so hard, it broke, like, the anchor up in the ceiling, and the ceiling fell down on him.
I wonder when they were training Mike Tyson, like at that young age, if they were just waiting for a growth spurt.
He
and never got it.
You know what, though? It helped him. He had, like, this low center of gravity. And people had to punch down to hit at him.
Every punch and uppercut.
Yep.
And takes away the uppercut advantage from the tall guys.
He could duck. He had this thing that he used all the time where he would, like, duck a punch and step to the right, and he'd always be, like, behind them, and he'd, like, hit him in the back of the head, like the side back of the head, and knock him out. And he'd do this other thing where, like, he would hit him in the body once with his right hand and then uppercut again with the same hand, and it caught him, like I saw one video where they broke down, like, the percentages of the stuff, like, the combinations he used when he did a knockout, and most of the time it was the same shit. Oh, people are saying left hook. Yeah, okay. It was a left hook and then left uppercut, like, immediately after. With like, for some reason, people always thought the other hand was coming, but it was the same hand. You use it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, peekaboo style, because he was always on the defensive. Like, a lot of guys will have, like, their hands forward. He had both hands defending by default.
Yeah.
Weird shit.
Yeah, it was super strange, but it was super effective, though.
Yeah, it was a custom auto thing. There was another guy that custom auto trained. I can't remember his name right now, but he was like a champion in his weight class, and he had used peekaboo before. Yeah. Let's watch some of this. Oh God, Trumpster Bob.
Oh no. Here we go. My nigga, Trumpster Bob, what's up?
By the way, did you guys know that Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers is owned by an evil secret radical Muslim?
Who's also gay.
Oh.
Yep, also gay and communist.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I'll get some canes tomorrow then.
They've got my business.
A gay communist Muslim makes those delicious wings and, delicious tenders and sauce.
Exactly, yeah. We actually called Trumpster Bob yesterday and talked to him about it. We actually posed as people working for Raising Cane's at first, and he, like, totally bought it. It was really funny. So, and if anyone's watching that and you haven't seen it, or hearing about this for the first time and you haven't watched it, it's on the last episode.
All right. I'll check it out. All right, I'm in.
Ugh. You making soup in that beard? What the fuck was that sound?
He's got a whole hot dog in there.
America, how are you? So how many people knew that the Heinz Ketchup Company was a globalist company?
Oh, I knew that.
It's not true at all. Originally, the Heinz Ketchup Company was owned by a Republican politician.
But they had him murdered and transferred
to John
his
Kerry.
Demi wife, and Kerry keeps control.
Actually
Kerry is her fucking lurch.
Started up by the direct descendants of Hitler. In particular,
The direct descendant of Hitler? Hitler had no known children.
Known.
Heinz Hitler.
Keyword known, huh?
Heinz Hitler.
Heinz Hitler.
Oh, God.
Where does he get this from?
His family went on to
Critical thinker here.
create Heinz ketchup.
The original Triple H. Heinrich Heinz Hitler.
Heinrich Heinz Hitler was the son of Alois Hitler Jr. and his second wife, Hedwig Heidermann. He was also nephew of Adolf Hitler, who reportedly called Heinz his favorite nephew.
Okay, and that's cool, but that's not a direct descendant. He said direct descendant.
Well, because he's a fucking idiot.
Right.
He's a descendant of the Hitler family.
Okay.
And paid Democrats.
Did that person have anything to do with Heinz ketchup?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
To turn America communism.
I mean, there are actual companies today that have roots in Nazism, like Hugo Boss, like Mercedes, like Volkswagen.
Okay, I gotta read this one.
Okay.
God damn it. The title is "What is Donald Trump's relationship to Adolf Hitler?" The top answer. Donald Trump's grandfather, Frederick Trump, came to the United States at the age of 16 in 1888.
To Seattle.
Funnily, his grandfather's second cousin was Henry Heinz, inventor of the Heinz ketchup.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
But is that true? Where are you reading this from?
This is a response to fucking Quora or whatever, the question website.
But okay, what's the source there? Let me look this up. So Donald Trump's grandfather, the one that died of the Spanish flu.
Yeah, Frederick Trump. His grandfather's second cousin was Henry Heinz, inventor of the Heinz ketchup. I don't know if that's true, but it was so funny. It was so funny when that came up.
It could be true. I just never heard of that.
It's
I
so
watched
funny.
a documentary about Trump. It's about Trump's family, and it starts with his grandfather that came over from Germany, and he did own like brothels and stuff over here in the Pacific Northwest. Like his original stuff that the first Trump real estate in the United States was out here, owned by Trump's grandfather. He tried to go back to Germany, but they wouldn't take him back because he skipped his required military service, and so then they sent him back to the U.S. and then he settled in New York this time and met Trump's grandmother, and they had Trump's father. And then he died of the Spanish flu. It's very ironic that Trump's grandfather died of the last major pandemic to hit, the world.
And before he died, he was recorded saying, "Don't let the Spanish flu control your lives. You can go and do whatever you need to. It's fantastic."
So Henry Heinz, the inventor of Heinz, was born in Pennsylvania in 1844.
Right, and the guy who was married to John Kerry's current wife, he was like a politician in Pennsylvania. He was like a representative or a senator or something.
One of the children's Henry Heinz children, Howard COVID Heinz.
Is it spelled exactly the same?
Can't be.
It's spelled COVODE. But I'm pretty sure it's pronounced
And-
COVID.
Okay.
What the fuck type of
There
name
were
is
several
Kovode?
Hitlers.
Kovode
A lot of
Heinz?
people don't know he actually had offspring, and he actually had
didn't.
other family Hitler members.
Other family Hitler members.
It's true.
Like
It's
little
true.
Hitlers. Like
The
one
Heinz
big Hitler
family
makes
married
multiple
into the-
little Hitlers.
He might have had other family, but there's no evidence of him having children. And I'm guessing if he had, he would have done the same thing that he did with his wife at the time, too. So
Hitler family.
he may have had secret children that he didn't want anyone to know about. That's possible.
That's
the
the Bush's
combination of
beans
those
big
families
secret.
created the descendants of Heinz ketchup,
Hey, Heinz ketchup.
Heinz
whose
ketchup
family is amongst the most
is
communist
Hitler.
How are they communist if they're Nazis? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's the Socialist
communists were the enemies of the Nazis.
Of families on planet Earth. Now, I don't know about you, but me, I don't buy Heinz ketchup. I purchase other brands.
I purchased the store-bought brand. It's $1.24 cheaper.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember when John Kerry was running for president? A lot of Republicans were boycotting Heinz because of the connection. So then they came up with W ketchup, and they were selling at Walmart. It had like a big W on the label. No lie.
W ketchup.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, I don't know that.
Yep. What were you guys saying?
It wasn't me. I think it was Hannibal.
Okay.
No, I know. I was just laughing at Trumpster Bob. Go ahead, hit play. I want to see the rest.
Yeah. So Henry Heinz was not the creator of Heinz ketchup was not from Germany.
Yeah.
So that's like that totally blows a hole
Yeah.
in his conspiracy theory.
I don't know whatever made Heinz ketchup popular in America.
Because it was founded in America by an American who was born here. You fucking idiot. Dude, he was calling us so many names, like so many slurs and weird shit too. And then I was like, "Hey, we're your parents' first or second cousins." And he's like, "Hey, why are you doing character assassination?" It's like, what?
But no American should ever be purchasing Heinz ketchup.
What?
Especially Christians. That's
Especially
about all I got for you right now. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Simone Biles and her continued work to better herself in gymnastics.
Yeah, he does this weird thing where he's like kissing. He did this weird video where he was really kissing the ass of Candace Owens and I think her name's Simone Biles, the gymnast. Those are the two.
That's so random.
Those are the two black ladies that he's got the hots for. I think. I don't think.
You know what? I give Trumpster Bob credit. Those are two bad bitches.
But is Simone Biles right wing? Is Simone Biles?
She's an Olympian.
That doesn't mean anything.
Well,
No,
I mean,
I don't think Simone Biles has ever come out.
Okay.
With a
Yeah, you can just support
so.
her because she competed for America against all the commies, right?
And I say that because Zoe's a fan of hers. Zoe follows her, and I've never seen.
She's from Columbus.
Her saying weird shit.
I found a really interesting website searching for Heinz. It looks like someone made it on like a Canadian server, like it looks,
.ca.
It's coat.ncf.ca. I don't know where I'm at. I feel like I'm on the dark web, but it's talking about Howard Heinz and his connection to Hitler and the Delta Kappa Epsilon, the exclusive fraternity whose members included George Bush Jr. and Sr., J.P. Morgan, William Hearst, and it talks about his donations to like fascist parties and stuff. So I don't know. I'm gonna buy some Heinz ketchup. It's not keto, so I have to use it for lube.
You know they do have like they have like really low sugar ketchup that they
I've had some of it actually. Yeah,
it's more
tastes
vinegar
like ketchup.
I like it better because it's more vinegary than sweet.
Yeah.
So I usually
I don't want to taste the vinegar and ketchup. That's gross.
Dude, you eat like a little kid. You've got like the palate of a kid.
You know what? And you know what, Ben? I hear you. I hear you. I receive that. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't stop like non-sugar based ketchup from being gross.
Hannibal, can I ask you a question? And I hope I know the answer, but I want to hear it from you.
Yeah,
I want to hear it from you. When you go to the bathroom at a urinal, do you drop your pants all the way down to your ankles?
You know what? I see what you're trying to do, young Bill Fridge, and I reject that notion. Okay.
What?
All right. I don't want to taste the vinegar in the ketchup. Because then it's just this super vinegary just paste. Who wants that on a sandwich?
Could you please just answer my question?
No, I don't.
Thank you. Thank you.
Down.
Thank you.
I mean, like
I knew that. I just needed to hear it.
Sometimes, especially if it's like fish and chips, normally there's vinegar on the table to pour on it, like straight up, like malt vinegar to put on it.
I can't even say that word without somebody clipping it and making it sound like I said the fucking bomb.
Oh, really? Yeah. What? Which word? Malt vinegar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what they did the one time. I said Schwarzenegger, and they got me.
Wow! Did you guys hear that?
I enunciated the
Love
E,
you.
dude. I hit Schwarzenegger with
watch
a
her next
hard E.
year.
I hit it with the hard E, dude. I'm not getting caught there again.
Shout out to Kim Place.
Yeah, he said Schwarzenegger, not Schwarzenegger.
No.
For her brilliant surge.
There you go. There you go.
I suspect there's going to be an upset in the Baltimore elections in favor of that Republican. Thank God.
Thank God.
Beautiful woman. She deserves to be elected to office. God bless.
You know, there was this video Trumpster Bob made that was really creepy. He has this weird theory that AOC is a secret Muslim, and the only way she can prove it is if she poses for a nude photo shoot where we can all see if she's had female genital mutilation performed on her. It's batshit crazy.
Playboy doesn't even show that depth of vaginal.
They don't.
Definition.
Can you guys hear us?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
No. I'm reading. I'm engaging with the audience, and I'm looking at all the amazing flags. I actually feel like if he had 2 more flags in his room, it would be perfect.
No.
Like I feel like he's missing some.
I know what happened. You guys were texting each other. Monty, you were texting Hannibal. You said, thank God you didn't go any further with that. Billy doesn't need to know that I piss with my pants around my ankles at public urinals.
You know what?
You gotta.
It's just weird. Like it is weird, Hannibal. Like I talk about like normal, like pretty sensible food, and like there, you know, I like a wide variety of food, and I've tried some food that some people might consider kind of out there, but like even to like things I consider perfectly normal, most people they'll be like, oh, I've never tried that, or I don't like it. Your reaction is like a little kid being told to eat like Brussels sprouts or something.
Yes. Yeah. Look.
It's
Ben,
really weird.
Ben, before Hannibal responds, I will agree with you because when he came to visit me, I had cooked shawarma the night before.
Shawarma's delicious.
It was fucking delicious. And I'm like,
it was delicious. I agree. It was delicious.
No. His reaction, I had to talk him into
What's it called? What's it? Yeah. Let me guess. Hannibal's the kind of person that the name of a food will turn him off of it, which has nothing to do with the taste. The name.
Listen. Okay, look, the shit sounded real foreign and exotic, and that's not what I wanted with my
I'm going to the bathroom. I cannot listen to this anymore.
I know for a fact.
But no, I ended up like in my favorite part of the entire exchange was, can I put some barbecue sauce on it? I'm like,
yeah.
Look, here you go, Hannibal. Here's the barbecue sauce. Let me make a plate for you. If you want this on it, go ahead and put it on it. But try it without it first.
Did you use the barbecue?
No, I didn't. I ate it. I trusted my dad. I ate it, and it was delicious. And Tish is in the chat talking shit, saying I won't eat white food. That's not true. I won't eat white sauces. Okay, I don't want ranch. I don't want blue cheese. I don't want whipped cream. I don't like sour cream. I don't like.
Did you have tzatziki?
You're breaking my heart, man.
Tzatziki sauce on the shawarma?
No, I did. We did. What was it? Tabbouleh. Tish made tabbouleh.
Okay.
I made the shawarma in my air fryer, and there was some
was
hummus.
delicious.
Yeah. Some
and
hummus.
I ate it, and it was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely no mayonnaise. All right, no mayonnaise at all.
No mayonnaise.
But I will eat white frosting. Yes, I will eat white frosting. So it's not. I'll eat vanilla ice cream. I don't like milk.
He doesn't like white sauces. He doesn't need white condiments.
Yeah, thank you. There you go. See, you got it, Bill Fridge.
What about a white gravy?
What about
like a country gravy?
Sausage gravy, like a country sausage gravy. I've never asked you about that. That's a good question, Bill Fridge.
Fuck y'all waiting on an answer? No.
You don't eat country gravy?
Nigga, that's silence is my answer. Okay, what else you want?
No,
So
you don't do white gravy.
I don't do white gravy. I don't. I do brown gravy.
I'm currently writing a book right now called 50 Shades of Gravy, and I'm trying to figure out what the whitest shade of gravy is. I think it's country gravy with ham bits instead of sausage. Is there? Can you think of a whiter? And the whitest shade of gravy, obviously, is man gravy. But that should
not count. That should not count.
I need to know the whiter shade of gravy than country gravy with ham bits instead of sausage. Is there anything a whiter? Would it just be milk at that point? A remoulade? I don't know what the fuck they call it.
Yeah, that would be like maybe just like a plain Alfredo sauce. I think that counts as a gravy. But now we're getting into hot dog sandwich territory, and we should stay away from that. You should.
I mean, white gravy is already made of the fuck it's milk and flour, right? So it's already the two whitest substances you can get, man. So I think you're all set.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds flavorless.
Country gravy.
I don't like Alfredo sauce.
Let me take you on a food tour of Atlanta. I promise, man. I'll get you hooked on some white sauces.
Oh my god!
Okay. Listen. So first,
oh my god! What did I come back to?
Look, hey!
I'm moving on.
Anybody in the chat, please clip that out and send it to me. And Hannibal's reaction before he responded. That's all I want. That's all I want.
All right.
Thank you for that.
All right. It sounds like a terrible day. But I'm engaged. But I
All right.
Worcestershire.
Look at it. It's Perez. It's from Perez Hilton.
Get off the street.
Huh?
Go home. Go home. Go home, or you're getting arrested. You're under arrest. Curfew.
People getting arrested for curfew.
Under arrest.
That guy has no shoes on.
Stay back. I'm not a part of it. You're under arrest. Stop resisting. You guys are putting your knee in me. Get your knee on.
Stop resisting. You're putting your knee in me. No, I'm not resisting. You're putting your knee in me.
Are they not? Are they not? Does Perez Hilton have immunity from this shit?
No.
Like necessary force to me?
Just stay back from me. You can record. Just stay back, all right? There's nothing wrong with that. Stop resisting or you're going to get tased.
Oh, God.
You are under arrest. Stop resisting. I can't help it. You got so many guys on me. I can't.
You got so many guys on me. I'm getting fucking wet in my butt cheeks.
This is a guy. I think it's a security guard at a McDonald's in Northern Ireland in Belfast.
Murder.
Drunken Irishman. Oh, here we go. Damn.
Oh, got him.
Wow.
Got him.
Wait, go back a bit. Let me see that one more time.
That was quite a well placed sweep. Also, this guy's probably drunk.
Yeah.
Hit him right in the back of the heel.
Shit. Okay.
He wasn't ready for that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is a horrible fight.
Oh, shit. He got popped really hard.
Jesus Christ. Come on,
Jesus
Fox,
Christ.
there is.
He should have jumped on him when he had him on the ground. Now he's kicking his ass.
Fucking
Now he's getting his ass
knuckle.
kicked.
Oh!
Pin him! Pin him!
Oh my, he's not clean.
Win the belt! Pin him! Win the belt! It was a good ending.
Holy shit.
Look, that was literally a sidewalk slam.
Yeah.
I don't care. I want to see your, you know your number. What's your number? Your number's not on your badge. I don't, okay, you read it to me. I don't have my glasses on. Read it to me. I'm 65. No, read me your badge number.
She wants his badge number.
I
I think her vag number is past its expiration date.
I have 3 Navy officer children, NSA submarine. I had 3 Navy kids.
He doesn't work for the Navy.
Oh, no reason to get upset because we're in communist Greenville, South Carolina.
I don't really care about whatever creatures you shout out of your JJ. They don't speak for you.
You're being disorderly.
You're being disorderly.
I'm getting my glasses so I can read your badge number, sir.
Oh, you can drive a fucking car without your glasses?
I'm gonna get my glasses to read your badge
You should
number.
have your glasses to drive the car. Give her a ticket for driving her car without her fucking glasses.
Yeah.
And then you know what? And then pull her out of the car, kneel on her fucking neck until she.
Wow.
What? Fair's fair.
Yeah, I mean, we've established that that's something we can do, and
Yeah.
only one cop gets arrested.
She's
So
obviously
call a
on
buddy over.
fentanyl right now.
Yeah, that's why she's acting the way she is.
With your mask. You need the breath with your mask. Your badge number is where? It's Officer TV Bixby, Greenville City Police Department, Greenville, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
8268-8944.
This is why we pay more to live on the West Coast.
Just remark at the fact for the second that the camera is across the fucking street and it's still recording everything that she's saying.
Yeah, she's loud as fuck.
Like that's how loud she is. She's loud as a motherfucker. So she's a little black.
She's black enough for some police brutality, right? Right?
Just enough. Just enough. They haven't even told her she's resisting yet.
Said it's obstructing my view, but there's work bans that you can't see out of work bans. either.
No one cares. You're annoying.
Safety hazard. Well, give every work ban a safety hazard. That Jesus is gonna be more powerful.
Oh my God! Why? That's
There
a
we
common. That's a commonality amongst most of these kind of people. There's always they're always justified because of Jesus.
If I was Jesus, I wouldn't come back either.
I'll see you in court, Mr. Bixby, and I'll pray for you in the meantime.
I'll pray for you.
Did he give her a ticket for driving
You're gonna
without her
fucking
glasses?
lose.
You're gonna fucking lose.
Oh my! This woman in this video goes pretty crazy. Trigger warning! Trigger warning! Trigger warning! Trigger warning! Trigger warning!
Oh shit! What are we about to see?
You a dumbass cracker, bitch. Look at you. Look at you, you dumbass cracker, bitch. Huh? You want to see a nigger? You want to see a nigger?
It's an old woman in a wheelchair.
I show you a nigger.
Dude, I think he's got a gun in his hand.
Oh no!
I show you a nigger, you dumbass. This white
This new Call of Duty is lit.
bitch. I show you a nigger, you fucking honky.
Is this PS5 or Xbox? 'Cause I want to get this game.
Call me another nigger.
Nigger!
Call me another nigger.
Nigger!
Hey, y'all, watch this.
You know what?
Bitch, disinfect you.
I disinfect you.
Okay, it's disinfectant. It's not pepper spray.
It's better than.
He hit her with the Lysol.
He had a gun pointed at her for a second there.
Yeah, but he used the Lysol.
Yeah.
You should have just bear maced
You
her
know
or something.
what? I appreciate her commitment to it. He was like, call me a nigga, bitch. She like, nigga! He like, call me a nigga. She like, he had a gun and everything, and she was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm ride or die for my shit.
I like
Okay?
how she's so pro guns rights that she's like didn't even question it when one was pointed in her face. She's like, that's his right.
I just want you to know everything about this video terrified me as soon as
I
you
know.
hit play.
Yeah.
Everything about this shit, man. It's just like,
I'm like, where are we going? Where are we going?
Here's something crazy. Here's a video from an airplane where this woman's flying on the airplane and she has no pants on.
Well,
and people are asking her to put pants on, and she freaks the fuck out.
What?
Wait, do you wear pants when you fly? Because I'm not wearing pants.
I wear pajama pants when I fly.
None whatsoever. Just boxes.
I tried to get off to a dad who died and even fucking care. I don't care. I'm trying to get off to a dad. Can you sit here and make yourself down? Fuck you.
Who needs a mask when you're not wearing? None of these masks are worn correctly. Worn correctly.
24-hour flight.
She pulled hers out.
She spit it out. You know what? There's been a study, and there's definitely a lot of like crazy fights that happen on airplanes and shit. And I think part of it might be because a lot of people are medicated. A lot of people take like medication that sedates them, even to the point of like blackouts. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people act crazy as fuck. Not all, obviously, but that probably contributes to it a lot. Because I've taken like anti-anxiety medication that caused me to like be almost totally blacked out, but I mostly just slept the whole time.
Humans usually don't do too good when you stuff them all together in a tube.
Yeah,
happens
for
on buses
hours.
too.
But some humans love being stuffed.
What did he not get on airplanes?
Thanksgiving.
I've been on a flight. Spit on me. You literally just spit on me. Just spit on me.
Hold up, if this guy can wear camo shorts, she should be able to walk around with no pants on.
She shouldn't be able to spit on people. Yeah, I mean, when you do that on an airplane, there's going to be cops waiting to arrest you when you land. They'll radio it in, you know.
That's why I'd grab a parachute and hop out over international waters.
So you can drown?
I'm a free man.
Always pull a DB Cooper.
Never to be heard from again.
Hello, everyone. This is your.
Let's see.
I don't like what it's doing.
Oh, she almost got hit.
She almost got hit by a car.
Wait, what?
She almost got hit by a car. She got shit out her pants.
Come on, bitch. Keep trying.
Hacksaw
This bitch
Kim
thinks she can
Karen
whoop
versus.
my ass for apparently no fucking reason.
What the fuck is those?
The bitch wants it off. I gave her a boy a blowjob.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Her feet are so hot.
Now how hard is that to explain when dick's going in her fucking mouth?
Y'all out here smoking that shit, blacking out, water L. You need to get your shit together, shorty. Look at them cross on your neck. You out here blacking out like.
Damn, Daniel!
God damn!
Back at it again with the white man's.
Glad bump fight's still
Check
going.
this out. This is in the middle of a wedding. Watch the face on the groom. Man, he looks like, what the fuck is going on? Because this priest gets mad at the photographers at this wedding.
Please, sirs, leave. Please.
Look at the groom. He's like,
anywhere other than here. Okay. This is a solemn assembly, not a photography session.
Is this a
Please
slack jaw
move.
the priest is working with?
Is this also the wedding photographer that he's talking to?
yeah, and they're the bride and groom are looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? He's just gonna stop it.
Or I will stop.
Look at him.
I will stop the ceremony if you do not get out of the way. This is not about the photography.
These photographers do suck because they had the other camera in the shot in the back there.
He said this is not about photography. This is about God.
Oh, shut up. Take your God and butt fuck him. Pussy boy. Yo!
This is what they do in Africa when you try to steal a snake out the store. With your ass.
I like how the car is corralling him in.
He got ran over
him.
by
God.
Yeah.
They must really not like Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh my God! Watch it. She's like, touch me or don't touch me.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me, bitch! Don't touch me, bitch! I don't give a fuck! I don't give a fuck, bitch! I'll tell you about it,
Oh, damn!
Ben, where did you procure today's Karen's videos from?
freak out videos.
These all seem to have an interesting theme.
What's that?
Look,
They're
Harold
not-
and Monty do not
Like
advocate
priests
knocking pictures
priests
out.
want to stop the ceremony and everyone.
Well, I suppose the priest stopping the ceremony was not a long theme. You're right.
Like you mean like the security guard at the McDonald's fighting the other guy?
Yeah, that was not
Oh,
on
you
theme.
mean like there's a bunch I can name that aren't fitting in with your narrative?
I
is what you're
suppose,
saying?
yeah, I
Okay,
suppose.
well, we'll squash that and move on then, since that was totally dismantled.
Hey, guys, you gotta stop fighting. Y'all gotta stop fighting.
I'm not
You got
fighting.
company in the house today,
I'm not
okay?
fighting. I'm just
Yeah,
pointing
Blade
out
and
a glaring falsehood.
Based on tonight's video selections, it should be Hannibal and Monty fighting one of us.
Have a lift at the Heath or not?
Yeah, for you, 50 quid up your mother's pooch, yeah?
I'll give you 50 smashes
Up your mother's
How
cunt.
about that? How about that?
Up your mother's... Yeah?
This one, you don't actually see the guy get hit, but you can hear the impact of it.
Up your mother's pooch, yeah? Up your mother's pooch, yeah?
Dash it now.
Good.
Is that it?
Yes, guys. Come on, guys. Come on.
Listen. And then he runs back into the store and leaves his buddy out there.
First off, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. It's like 3-on-1, okay? Y'all supposed to win that fight.
Yeah, no, really.
Hilarious.
Dude threw a fucking bottle at guy's car, got what was coming to him, ran into the damn Londies. Coward.
Londies, yeah.
Coward.
Woman felt harassed by 8-year-old child.
After he tried to hit me for the
Oh, did we watch this already?
Did we?
So
I don't
an 8-year-old
remember this.
kid? You're defending yourself to an 8-year-old kid? Are
Yeah.
you serious?
After he tried to hit me for the
An
third time.
8-year-old kid, you want to curse an 8-year-old kid out.
That is
If he
an
was a
honest-
white kid, would you do that?
Yes,
would
I
you have
would.
said that to a little white kid?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Where do you get these? Where do you
I'm an equal opportunity cunt.
please get this barbaric information from that? You can come in my community and talk to our kids like that. Right? Because he's riding a motorcycle, a toy. He's riding
On
a
the
toy
sidewalk.
in your community, right? Where do they ride bikes at?
On the street.
Okay, but guess what? This is our community. This is their playground.
You're
You understand? This is their playground.
Community, and that's rude.
Excuse me?
Celebrating my 34th with a 6-pack of Space Dust Up and DP. I've got my first
Hey.
job interview in 3 months tomorrow at 12:45.
Good luck.
Wish me luck, sweet wah.
Hey,
Get it, Eric.
you know what? I don't gotta wish you luck, Eric, because you're gonna get that motherfucking job.
Happy 34th birthday.
Yeah, y'all came in here on the gentrification. This is where we born and raised all our life. This is our backyard. We don't have
backyard. Your
backyard.
neighborhood. I started spending money in your community. I started supporting your community. I am sorry that
What
you
do
and
money
I
have to do with character? What do money have to do with character? That's an 8-year-old kid. If his mother was here, y'all would be fighting.
Look how little those kids are.
You threatening her child.
your son incredibly poor character right now that he threatened a woman 3 times.
How?
On the third
How
time.
did he threaten you?
Do you think that a child can't get hurt on that bike or
How did he threaten you?
He threatened a woman. Her answer was, "Do you think a child can't get hurt on that bike?"
He threatened to get hurt.
Yeah, look, if the fucker rolled up on her and like slapped her ass on the motorbike and ran away, flipping her off, I think he deserved a little retaliation, a little talking to. But if he's just riding his bike around the neighborhood, stay the fuck away from him when you hear the bike coming. Let him live his fucking life.
He sounds like he's in New York right now. Are they in New York?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's probably some gentrified
doesn't-
area of New York.
It doesn't say where it is, but it's not safe for kids to ride in the street. You know, people driving don't pay attention. A little kid on a bike could get run over by a car easily.
By going next to me on the sidewalk at a fast speed without any disregard for
It is New York City.
He deliberately did that. How?
As I just said, tearing around the block without looking what he's doing, without seeing how fast
It's
people
most
are
likely the
walking
Bronx,
and without
Brooklyn.
seeing how close they are.
You know what's sad? In a different day and time, things would be different. That's what.
Wow. All right.
In a different day and time, things would be different. I just
Man.
Dude,
that
these
line.
guys.
Yeah,
This
it's like when Lil Wayne rhymes nigga with nigga.
This is crazy. Like this This is a video. This is a video where these guys walk up on this sketchy-looking van parked outside of the school and start like questioning the creepy guy inside the van. It's pretty out there.
We don't play that shit around here, bro. Like, you in a whole black man, bro.
Word.
Like, real shit. Like, you know, people out here getting kidnapped and everything, bro. Nah, ain't no you sorry,
Nigga saw a black van. He was like, hell no.
And you really don't got, bro. Bro, what the fuck is this, bro?
Huh?
That ass, my nigga.
Is there a Barbie doll back there?
That ass, bro. Who are you, bro? Where you come from, bro? Nah, for real. Where you come from? I live in Jersey. Where?
What the?
Okay, those are ties back there. Those aren't Barbie dolls.
Where you live at? Where? Bro, where you live at, bro? Where you live at,
This
bro?
could be a moving van, right?
Bro, get these places and everything, bro. No, get these places and everything, bro. Like, who are you?
What
Where
the
you come
fuck
from?
is this?
Like, I never ever seen you.
They got spray paint on this shit.
It could be it's spray painted over a logo from a company band that was bought in a police auction.
Feel me? We gotta keep our black woman safe. Why you got spray paint and what's the name?
Like, you keep this shit moving.
It could be. I mean, obviously, there's reasonable
Those
doubt.
tie-down straps are definitely used for holding down like big.
No cap, bro. We don't play like that.
About, my nigga? Like, look at your van, my nigga. This is some weird shit. Don't come popping around this shit, my nigga.
Word, there's some other shit.
There's a fan up on the top. That's interesting.
What are you talking about, bro? Don't come around. Bro, I don't know what the fuck this is. Do you see your van, my nigga? Do you see your van?
What is this though? What is this though?
Like, what are you doing out here right now? No, what are you doing out here right now, bro? Like, what are you doing right here at these hours? What are you doing out here right now at these hours, bro?
I'm coming for the kids.
No, back up, bro. Like on some real G shit, bro.
This shit look crazy.
Like, what are you doing just sitting right here, my nigga? Like, what are you trying to do, bro? Ain't nothing but kids about to start coming to the school, my nigga.
This shit crazy.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, him just being there, that's
This
no
shit
proof
crazy, Ben.
Where's Rock though? Where at?
You don't play that shit.
Where at? What corner? What's the name of the block? What's the name of the block? Just say the name of any block. Or what block are you on? She lives there. What's the name of the block? I don't know. Bro, get the fuck out of here, my nigga. Real shit, bro. And keep it going fast, bro.
Bro, that's some crazy. That's crazy, bro.
I mean, I will say this. It is foul that this dude did buy a rape van. Like,
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's foul. He bought a rape van.
It's not necessarily a rape van.
So the fact that but just think about how you had to emphasize it necessarily in that sentence.
Well, no, it's totally capable of being a rape van. But I drive a Prius C, a tiny little Prius C, and I could turn that into a fucking rape van if I wanted to.
Yeah, but it's not easy to rape in your Prius C.
Man,
that van
pimping
is
ain't
made
easy,
for
but it
committing
sure
rape.
is fun.
Yeah, that van was definitely very rape capable. So.
It had the tie down straps for moving like furniture and stuff. Maybe he is a mover. The man was definitely capable of being a rapist in that van, and he's also capable of driving the van around to move furniture. He's small for a mover, though. So maybe he has other people load this stuff. Maybe he works in a restaurant, and they're often bringing in pallets of food. That's why the fan's in there to keep everything circulating. Who knows? Who knows what the story is?
But, you know, and I'm not judging this dude, but he did buy a rape van. You know what you're buying when you get that van.
Do you think that's what was spray painted over the side, underneath the spray paint? It said rape van.
Yeah, no, you have to transform that motherfucker drastically for it not to always say rape van on the side.
Van.
Yeah.
Rape van.
You guys not move stuff around in vans? Like that's
No, but notice that moving vans say like U-Haul or something like that on them.
Yeah,
that's funny how you thought it was Barbie dolls at first.
well, he might not be moving. I thought it was a Barbie on the ground back there.
Yeah,
What the hell is that? Oh my god,
that's really sus.
But it's moving. U-Haul is like if you're moving a house. If he like works at a restaurant and is constantly moving big crates of food in and out of the restaurant, that could be why the fan's in there to keep everything well circulated. It's simple.
You know what sucks now that I'm thinking about it? Wouldn't it be fucked up if he had to go pick up like his friend's daughter from school and he was like, "Hey man, my car's in the shop." He's like, "Hey man, take my van." He's like, I don't want to take your van.
I'll walk.
Can we just call a Uber? Call an Uber. That's gonna be like $200. This is Manhattan. It's like, no, just go pick up. Just take my van. You'll be good to go.
So we're about 2.5 hours in. We usually wrap it up around this time. So I think we're probably going to do like 30 minutes of post show for free for everyone over at twitch.tv/drunkenpeasants.
Oh, shit.
Twitch.tv/drunkenpeasants. It's over there.
Twitch.tv.
Yeah, I'm going to link it in the chat in a moment here. Hannibal and Monty, tell everyone what you've got going on in the near future.
Oh,
all right.
shit.
I got you. Well, I am, for those of y'all who are just tuning in, I am Hannibal the Beat Animal.
I am Monty.
You were a little late on the draw there.
I was.
It's okay.
Getting myself set up.
Yeah, that's okay. So, and we are Hannibal Monty of Hannibal Monty Shit Show. We go live every Wednesday and every other Friday here on YouTube. Tomorrow is our monthly torture episode where Monty and I torture ourselves for the entertainment of our fans. And tomorrow we will be rewatching our very first episode 2 years ago that we did and critiquing it with Missy Ann and Pimp Monk from the Morning Wood podcast. So they're going to talk shit about this awful first episode. We started to review our first episode on tap, and I told Monte, I was like, nah, the tap episode was fine. That first episode is some old bullshit. So
that's what's happening tomorrow.
Really,
so there you go.
Really quick, Hannibal sent in $5. Said he is fluent in all languages that white women speak. He is the mahogany throat, the pumpkin spice panty dropper, the Egyptian demigod. He is Monty.
Yes.
Why did you send that, Hannibal?
And look, I used the show money to pay for it too, Monty.
Dragon of the West says,
Fuck you.
Billy, people will only like The Last Jedi in the future because of the excellent world building Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are doing in The Mandalorian, just like the Clone Wars rehab the prequels. I have spoken. Prince Morris said, say fight for Mike and Jones. Eric gave us that big love on his 34th. Again, happy birthday. And Allegas tossed us some shekels. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah. Blade, thank you so much for being a patron. Thank you for helping support the show and for joining us here. We really appreciate it. And those of you who are watching, we do have slots available. If you want to become a patron, $100 plus patron, you too can appear on the show with us just like Blade. So
there you go.
Do it once or twice.
Yeah. And he'll tell you this was a religious experience that changed his life forever.
Forever.
And it comes partly out of guilt. I've been slacking for a while. I left for a while and then came back. So I realized, and I binged content for a while. And I realized, God, I over the years, I've only been scammed out of, maybe $20-$30. I got to amp it up a little. So
we need to scam you more often. Thank you for letting us hit you in the wallet and the heart. And shout out to your dad.
Blade.
Tell your dad I said hi.
Yeah. Look, Blade, like I'm serious, man. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, any of the social media platforms, either Hannibal or the Shit Show. Let me know. We can link up and go. And I there's no way to say this and not make this sound sus. But we can go white sauce tasting. Yeah, it doesn't sound good no matter how you say it.
Just go taste all the white sauce together.
All right.
But no, not even joking. I need help, dude. I've only seen the whitest shit part of Atlanta. I've only been to the zoo and the aquarium. Help me, man. Help me.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up this show. You guys can.
Him and eat green. Make some shit happen. That would be hilarious. Take pictures. All right, there we go. I'm done.
Good night, everybody. We're going to twitch.tv/Drunken Peasants right now. You should go there right now to see the rest of this show, basically.
Link in chat.
Because there's more going on over there. Link in the chat. You want to go there literally right now. We are about to start streaming there as this happens.
Let's go.
Good night.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.